Good afternoon, Twitch, and hello, YouTube. One stream. That is how long we went without there being some sort of disaster in our playthrough. One stream, and that was yesterday, which was actually a really fun, relaxing stream. But unfortunately today, I logged on to the game just to try and do a bit of, like, beautification around the world. I noticed that one of our power grids had shut down, which isn't necessarily that surprising. Like, it happens every now and then because, like, one of our fuel generators wasn't hooked up properly, but I made sure to definitely hook that up properly a couple of days ago. So I was quite surprised that this had happened. So I checked my power grid, and sure enough, our power grid's crashed. The second it happened, I saved the game and logged off. That's where we begin today's stream. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know where it is. Literally nothing. I don't know what's causing it. I logged off straight. I was on the other side of the world when this happened. So I generally have absolutely no idea as to what is happening in our world as of right now. So that's going to be pretty fun to try and solve today. And hopefully, fingers crossed, when we do find the issue and try and solve that, we can then work on our plastic and rubber factory, because that's going to be quite a big project, and I want to try and get it hopefully done by, I don't know, like the end of the, what day is it today? Wednesday? End of next week, maybe? That would be pretty nice. Let's see how things go. But regardless, thank you very much for tuning in, whether you're watching live or whether you're watching on the VOD. It's still awesome to have you guys tuning in. There you go, the sound of death. And I don't know how this has happened. Like, why is it only 20k now? This was at 150,000. Now it's at 20k. This is really bad. Like, this is generally really, really bad. Oh yeah, by the way, I finished working on this off camera. I've now fully built the structure for this thing. It's not that, like, interesting, if I'm honest. I'm going to add some lights up there, most likely. I don't know what I'm going to add here in the middle. I mean, it has got enough room for it to be a space elevator, I believe. You can only build one. Yeah, that's fair enough. Is there enough room? Oh, whoops. How did I even select that there? That's incredible. There's actually enough room here, but I don't think I want it to be there. But regardless, I have made this open space. Just a little something. Yep. That's not today's priority as of right now, though. I want to try and figure out what power problem this is causing and why it's happening, because it's really, really weird. Let me just make sure that we're definitely live, by the way, because the last time I went live, it sort of worked and it didn't work. It was really weird. But we should be live now. Fantastic, we are, yeah. Good. Yeah, thank you very much again to everyone who is tuning in today. Let's try and solve this problem, because, like, man oh man, I cannot be physically fathomed or bothered to try and, like, work on more power things today. Because the whole reason as to why I've been working on this rocket fuel factory for so long is so that I don't have to worry about it when I do projects like this. So, essentially, this is a disaster. I can see our trains are working completely fine, and that's bringing in crude oil. So it's clearly not a crude oil problem. Okay. It's not a water problem either. I mean, you guys are all yellow, which surely means you've got too much fuel backed up, right? So your problem is you've got too much fuel. You can see this drone hovering around. Okay, I think it's nitric acid. Looking around here, I'm guessing all of you guys are completely filled up here as well. Ah, you are. Okay, it must be a nitric acid problem. Why? Let's see if my theory is correct. Yep, nitrogen gas. We've got no fuel. Okay. Okay, that's pretty bad. Luckily, it's not as bad as I thought it would be. In theory, all I've got to do now is just go into here. There's no packaged fuel here. Okay. Wait. That makes no sense. Unless you've got no fuel. Because if you do. No plastic? Really? So that's the problem then. It isn't actually the fuel part. It's more of we haven't got enough canisters. And because we haven't got enough canisters, we then can't package the fuel. And why haven't we got enough packages there? We had tons of plastic. Okay, I'm going to have to do this. Which isn't fantastic, but it's the only solution I can think of as of right now. And that's empty out all of these. I don't want to mess with our turbo fuel. That's just going to be a waste of time. But if I empty out this, it means that all of our refineries behind us are now going to get to work, producing polyresin as a byproduct. The polyresin will then combine with the water then to produce a bunch of plastic and rubber, meaning we can then get all of our canisters. Is that a correct assumption? Welcome, Sav Shankar. I hope that I pronounced your name correctly. Hope that you're doing good, man. Welcome. Wait, what? You guys have got tons of plastic. Damn. It's contaminated the line. How on earth have you managed to get that? What? First of all, can I, like, empty this? That's kind of bad. How have you got polyresin here? Satisfactory is a good game. Oh, it's very good, isn't it? I love the game a lot. This is so weird. But yeah, I love Satisfactory as of right now. I've been really enjoying making content, just playing the game, even off camera a little bit recently. It is good fun. Can be very relaxing or stressful depending on how your factory's going. But yeah, for the most part though, I do really enjoy it. A good laugh. When everything works, it's a good laugh. When it doesn't work, it's stressful. Why is there so much polyresin here? Obviously we have got a contaminated line somewhere, but it's so random that we've had no polymer resin on here for like forever. And now out of nowhere, we've got an entire stack of it. That's very weird. Welcome, Technological Monk. Hope that you're doing good. Welcome to the stream today. So before I hook everything back up over here, first of all, I want to check you. Okay, you guys are all plastic. And then I want to have a very quick gander over where our plastic is coming from, just to try and figure out how on earth we've somehow got polymer resin going up there. Because again, we really shouldn't have any. Obviously, we can't make containers from polymer resin. We need plastic for that. So something's gone clearly very wrong. But hopefully, yeah, all of you guys are actually filled up with crude oil. So I suppose, in us doing that, we've actually managed to back up everything else, which is actually really good. That was something I did say I wanted to try and do. Okay, look at this. This is fantastic. All of this will now be making plastic, which again will then go to make our canisters. I would love to try and figure out how we went so badly wrong here. And why it's just happening now. Because that's quite weird, isn't it? You're going into here. No polymer resin at all. That's all good. You guys are all good in here as well. don't know how much plastic we got in the... Oh. Wow. That's a good amount of plastic saved up there. Obviously, we've got tons of canisters along there as well, which is great. Okay. That is not too bad at all. I do want to try and do this, though. There. Of course, this is all temporary up here, by the way. It was definitely needed. There we go. Is that going in or out? It's definitely going in. It looks a bit weird right there, but no, this is working as intended. Have I got a great relationship with Kibit? Oh. Okay, where's it coming from? Here. Sorry to interrupt your question there. I don't know Kibit personally. Sorry, I've got to turn this off. There we go. Yeah, I don't know Kibit personally, but of course I've watched his videos, and his videos are very, very good. I've never met the guy, never had a conversation with him, though. Okay, so the problem is coming from down here. It's so weird how this is only happening, like, today. Seems fine now. I don't understand. If I just sit here for a minute, then show where it's coming from. There. What, you bugger? It's coming from here. So essentially, what the hell was happening? That's so automatically, polymer resin should be going the left way, and plastic should be heading the south way. Oh, sorry, north way. Can I just copy and paste the settings? Actually, never tried this before, I don't think. Okay, great. Then the overflow then wraps around there, that goes into the sink. So I think that was the problem there. Yeah. That one tiny, tiny little thing there of our smart splitter has now caused my factory to go into meltdown. Honestly, out of all the things it could have been, I never would have guessed that. Because with this plant, we've had a few things that have gone wrong. Never, ever, ever that. Wow. I mean, if you managed to guess what the problem was there, then fair play, but no, I never would have guessed that at all. Now you've got to go. You've now got to try and essentially drain this. I believe that should have been the only form of polymer resin going here. Then you'll connect like that. You've already gone. I believe I can turn you back on now. Then get rid of that, and you should be going. Yep. Oh, dearie me, that was a problem. And now, we should have no more polymer resin coming into here. I will keep on checking, but I believe that indeed has solved the problem. Okay, yeah, there should be nothing in there. Wow. Such a tiny, tiny problem. Like, literally out of this entire factory that we built, it completely crashed because one smart splitter had polymer resin going the wrong way. That's nuts. Yeah, everything else here seems completely fine. If there was an issue with this plastic, there would have most certainly been polymer resin built up in here. But the fact that there isn't shows that it is kind of working completely fine. You can just keep a programmable splitter with a polymer resin. I can, yeah, but with the design that I've currently got, it works perfectly. I just didn't set it to that one thing, which is a bit annoying. There we go. Everything is back to normal now. Except I think we still need more packaged fuel. For that one. Now that we're making all of our canisters, everything is green. Which is great. So all of this is working. So we are now producing all of our heavy ore residue. Which definitely helps. A lot. It will now be coming in there. That's great. All of that will now be backed up with fuel. Fantastic. Then keep you going as well. There we go. We'll flush it one more time. And we'll turn everything back on. From India. Oh, nice. Well, welcome to the channel. Thank you very much for watching. There we go. Okay, now we've got to try and add everything back here, where hopefully there shouldn't be any more polymer resin here. Let's just double check this thing. Okay, luckily we did double check it, otherwise that would have sucked. All of you lot back into here. In fact, in the meantime, I have a few of you guys working. We go. The only bad thing about our drones is that when they use the packaged fuel, they don't return the canisters. They also burn the canisters with them. So essentially, I'm burning my plastic and my fuel doing this. But it's okay. This will help a little bit. Nice. Just keep going. Get rid of all the plastic here from our inventory. I then want to make sure everything's connected. I'll then go back to where I just was. I'll then grab a bunch of empty canisters and then add it to a storage container underneath there, which should then feed... Actually, you've got tons. Okay, good, good, good. Which will then feed a bunch of empty canisters, then package it into packaged fuel, which would then be great. Okay. You lot. Let's begin, shall we? My phone out the way. Merger 9 splitter, yes. There. In the wrong spot, isn't it? Yep. Cool, good start. Autosave's coming in clutch. Is there any future for Satisfactory in the upcoming years? Yes, there is. So, sometime early this year, so hopefully within like the next month or so, we're going to get more information about update 1.1, where we're going to get things like straight pipes and other new features, which is great. That's the only update we have so far, but the developers, well, particularly Snuts, who was the community manager for this game, said that they have got exciting things planned for Satisfactory, so yes, there will be new things in Satisfactory this year. We don't know what. The only confirmed thing is update 1.1 and straight pipes, which is fantastic. I'm sure eventually we're going to get update 2.0, but that won't be for a very long time, I assume. Maybe 2026 at the earliest. Maybe 2027. There we go, brilliant. Why are all these canisters backed up? You lot should not be backed up there at all. Right? I mean, you're all going into there at pretty good speeds, actually. I think even what I want you guys to do. Okay. I want to try and reorganize this area here a little bit. Which will cause some of the canisters to back up. So, you know, actually, I might leave this for a minute. I'll go get some more canisters, and I'll come back, and then I'll redesign this. Because I think I can make this slightly more efficient. Which, I mean, of course, who doesn't love good efficiency, right? The speed of the belch is completely fine. It's alright. Maybe it's that. Okay, we can try and change this, maybe. Where is it? And that definitely helps. I still do want to try and get some more of these, thingy-mabobs. Okay, you've got too much plastic in there. That's actually okay. Like, too much plastic is not a problem for us. As of right now, we've got too much of everything, just not enough power because of that massive power meltdown. But you know what, though? To be fair, 20 minutes into the stream, we've figured out what the cause of the power meltdown was. We've fixed the problem, and now all we've got to try and do is wait for our power to, essentially turn itself back on to reactivate. And that will take a minute. Why are you yellow? You're the only one here that's yellow. Okay, now you're green. What was your problem? Oh, yeah, polymer resin, that's actually fine. We haven't got tons of polymer resin here. Grab you lots. There we go. I'll also upload a bunch of you guys to there. And grab you, get rid of that, then grab this. Okay, that is an absolute ton of canisters. I'm not sure of the exact amount, but it's probably a good few thousand, I would say. 9 per row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9 times 8. Okay, 72. Probably wrong, isn't it? Wow. So, 72 times 100, so that's 7,200 empty canisters. Plus 500 on our depot, and then 500 on our... Well, about to be uploaded to our depot. That's an additional 1,000 then. That's 8,200 canisters. Plus the additional few hundred coming out of there, we've probably got ourselves a good 9,000 canisters here. Which is fantastic. That's very, very nice. You lot are fine here as well. That's very, very nice. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that. So I want you to go, I want you to go, and I want all of you guys to go as well. Fantastic. Well, not really fantastic, but good enough for now. What I now want you guys to do is, I suppose, to turn around here, where you're then going to go into these things. Now, the only problem with this, that you might collide into there, but I think that would actually be okay. I can move you back if I really want to, but I kind of don't, to be honest. What I'll then do instead is this, actually. There we go. Have you lot all line up there? One. Great. Then select you. You'll then go into there. Then you'll then go into here. Obviously, make sure these lot are connected. Then bring you down. There. Same thing there with you. And cancel. Then have you connect to that one. And have you come around. One. Connect to you. This way. Now when our packages are actually filled up with these empty canisters, rather than them just staying here then backing up all of our plastic, we'll be able to make a bunch of extra canisters, which is fantastic. And now that I've got these here as well, what I can just do for now is add a bunch of these into here. So empty canisters will no longer be a problem here. Not for a very long time, at least. Which is fantastic. And all of you lot should now be green. There should be... Oh, okay. There should be no yellows anywhere. Okay, you have still got a bit of yellow there. Why? It can't be fuel. You still haven't got enough canisters. You will eventually. It's a manifold system, so you lot are all going to have 100 canisters, and when you've got 100, you'll then go to 100, then you'll go to 100, etc, etc. That's actually fine. It might not look fine, but I think it will be. Color of you correct? No, didn't think it would be. No. Yep. Okay, great. So we'll let that do its thing. At the very start of today's stream, remember, we had 20,000 megawatts worth of power. If I was to check our power consumption or power production now, should I say, it should hopefully be a bit higher than 20k, but probably not too much higher. So. You're joking. Oh, crap. Okay. It's actually gotten worse. How has it gotten worse? Okay, nitrogen's still a problem. Oh, it's doing the bug where you guys are going to get stuck over there now, aren't you? It's a bug. Yep, all my drones are now bugged. Okay, that's not very good. Yeah, this does happen quite a lot. I should have probably seen it coming. Essentially, all of my drones have got fuel, but the game thinks that they don't. So, now none of them are able to come back, meaning that none of them can bring back nitrogen. Okay. Yeah, it's a pretty game-breaking bug, but there's not really too much I can do about it. Other than, of course, just give them fuel. So let's try that then. And then after we give our drones all the fuel that they then need, everything should then be back to normal. And our battery should hopefully start to charge again, which is the reason as to why I've got so many batteries dotted around my world. Because if I didn't have my batteries, my entire world would have just crashed. Not crashed, but like, you know, stopped working. Mad. Mad. Yeah, they're just hovering around. Prepare for landing. Go. Just go. Same with you as well, just go. Aren't you going? There we go. Okay, so we got quite a lot of packaged nitrogen here, which is great. Do I need... I'm tempted to get more empty fluid tanks, if I'm honest with you. Just craft like an absolute bunch of them. Because the only thing I need for them is aluminium, isn't it? I think that's what I'll do. You should now be carrying nothing. Carrying nothing. Do this by my hand, by myself then. I think something else that I'm also going to want here, which I'm quite surprised I haven't actually done, is this. I think I know why I haven't done it. At the same time, I still do want it here, though. So you're going to go back to around about there. You will now connect inside of that. You will then come around to here. Cool. Okay. Okay. Make sure I get a bunch of this. Now, let's respawn. Let's go straight back to our nitrogen part of our factory. Empty all of that into the drone port. And we should be okay. Or even one of the storage containers. And that will then start to make all of our nitrogen. We can then make our nitric acid. And from that nitric acid, we can then make our rocket fuel. Then after that, we can then start to burn it. So there's still quite a lot of different things we've got to try and do to sort everything out. But this will help, and this will move things along a bit quicker. That drone's now going, that drone's now arriving. And you're the one that should have been carrying everything that I'm now bringing over, but you obviously didn't bring it over, did you? Doesn't really help. Go. Okay. Deary me. Now, a few of these should now start to turn green. Because, again, the only thing that we're missing here is the nitrogen gas. Okay, great. Okay, packaged fuel is all working now. Everything there is completely fine. You lot are now yellow because I'm guessing you've got too much? Why have you got too much packaged fuel? Can't have made like the several thousand that I'm storing here, right? You have? No, you're not. Alright, because you two are combining there. Okay, fair enough. That's okay, actually. That's fine. Yeah. We've now got thousands of packaged fuel now stored up, which is great. And when it comes to this one over here, there should be a splitter here. Yep, that goes underneath. Brilliant. Okay. We've now got ourselves a lot of packaged fuel. Literally like an absolute ton of packaged fuel, which is fantastic. All of our plastics now continuing to come into here, which is great. And you lot should all be filled to the brim. Yes. So again, the good news is, if we are going to take away any good news from this, and wow, my face looks so red when I've got this on my screen. The good news is, everything, liquid-wise, is completely filled up now. Except, I think, for a bit of heavy oil residue, which, to be fair, no, this is actually filled up pretty well. So that's good, then. The only thing that we are missing is nitrogen, which isn't good, but oh well. And again, you lot should all be filled up, right? Yeah, grand, okay. You see lots of green over there now, that's good. Are we starting to make any of our rocket fuel? No. Not a single green light. Not even one's pretty crazy. You guys have been green now for quite a while. Yet apparently not one single drop of nitric acid even made it into there. If I check the pipe, nothing. Okay, so you're going into there. Then going into this pipe. You're then being piped along there. And what? Where's it going then? 'Cause we're clearly making it. Wait, what, you? Wait, why have you got the nitric acid but no one else does? Because the pipe goes there first. 0.3. I don't even understand that myself, but okay, sure. Let's just roll with it. So this should all be doing its thing now. I am quite concerned about our battery. I mean, we've got a couple of batteries, but not enough to sustain ourselves. But luckily, like, if you look at our line here, it's like we're just dipping under them and just dipping above. So we should be okay. Our battery says, like, what, 26 hours? So yeah, I mean, I think we'll be okay. The second now that a few of these are turning back on, which I can start to see a few more green lights, it then means that we are now producing rocket fuel, which over time, maybe the next few hours, will then all trickle into there. But as of right now, though, problem solved. Hopefully, problem avoided. If we waited another half an hour to tackle this problem, my factory would have been screwed, essentially. That's good. Now let's get back to what I was doing before, which is expanding our plastic and rubber factory. Which should actually be quite interesting, because we've got quite a lot to do today. In theory. Yeah, and this polymer resin thing as well, that was very strange. I still don't understand that, if I'm honest. Oh well. Oh yeah, I've still got you lot, whoops. That's fine, I'll dump you into there and forget about you. Because that's a very good strategy that never backfires on me. No, never. No, not even once. That's good. Right, let's go. Yeah, this power augmenter is a bit of a lifesaver there as well, if I'm honest. That's a nice power augmenter. Because without that, we would have literally been below what we needed. So it saved us. I mean, yes, it cost us like most of our summer loops, but oh well. So here we go, let's continue. And the plan for today is to start... break. Is to start building the main layout for our plastic and rubber factory. It should be very exciting. Will it be time consuming? Oh, you bet it will be. Will it be fun? Absolutely not. But oh well. Welcome, Fishmaster. Essentially, we had one tiny little bit of polymer resin going into one of our drone ports, which should have taken all of our plastic to make our canisters, which then blocked all of our constructors from them making the canisters, which then meant I couldn't make packaged fuel, which then meant our drones wasn't able to get our nitrogen, which then meant I had no nitrogen to make our nitric acid, which then meant I couldn't make rocket fuel, which then meant I couldn't burn rocket fuel for power. So all of my factory essentially stopped working because a little bit of polymer resin got into the wrong conveyor belt. I hate my life. But you know what? It's okay. Because we recovered, and hopefully now, as the stream progresses, everything should go back to the way it should be. Hopefully. I really hope so. Let's find out. You know what I'll do with this? Actually, I'll loop it around here, I think. Because I don't want to waste all this, like, room in here. But this could be used for a lot of stuff, so I think I do want to try and loop it around there. Oh, it definitely was a big ouch moment. Absolutely. It was pain. But again, we have resolved the problem, so that's good. It just took a little bit of brain power to figure out what it was. We got there in the end. Oh yeah, it wasn't my nuclear power. No, good. If it was, I would have... Christ. I would not have been a happy chap. But no, luckily it wasn't that. So I want you guys to now go along there, because in regards of like actually collecting water, I don't think I'm going to need any of it for this process, do I? I have got all the math somewhere, so I can double check that very quickly. But I don't think this project requires water, and this plot of land would be ideal for collecting water, because there's nothing else really here. That's it. Over here somewhere. Yeah, so no water required. That's not too bad. Just fuel, which we've already got, and crude oil, which we've now got because we did yesterday's stream. It was a great success. So I want to essentially today want to try and turn my 600 crude oil into 400 heavy oil residue and 400 rubber. That's the plan. Which might sound simple, and I suppose it can be. However, I'm not necessarily known for making things simple around here. So let's see how simple it's actually going to be. Wow, that's so bright. There we go. I'm assuming you made sure that the splitters and mergers had their inventories. Yeah. Yeah. So essentially, I was using smart splitters, and my polymer resin had to go to the left conveyor belt line, because that went straight to the awesome sink, which essentially got rid of it. However, I didn't select that, so instead it was going straight forwards, which went where all my plastic goes. So it was like it was a user error. It's completely my fault. But I would try and find a way to blame it on something else. No, but yeah, it was just a bit of an oopsie. Slight mistake on my part. How are you doing that? Go down. There we go. Then select this one. I think this is the correct height. Can I get a better angle somewhere else? I go backwards here a little bit. No. There. Yes, okay, that's the perfect height. It's brilliant. Distance-wise, you have to be 2 back. So that right there is 1 back. You don't quite nudge properly. Shame. Okay. I think what I'll do then is then select this, bring you back by 1 over there, then nudge you forwards a little bit, like by 1, I would say. No, that's definitely a 2 nudge. 1, 2. Then get rid of this. Jump back over to here for a millisecond. And probably put you to my hotbar actually, because I'm going to need this quite a lot today, most likely. There we go. Then add you to there. Add you there. Although if I was to do this, it would look a bit weird, so I might even actually move you 1 further that way. I think that'll be fine. To finish your plastic and rubber plant? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do today. It's going to take a few episodes. We probably won't get it done until next week. Because, as usual, I overcomplicate things. But I think it ends up looking quite nice when I overcomplicate things. So it's worth it. It's what I keep trying to convince myself. But, I think it is worth it. A little bit of pain for an eternity of glory. There we go. And the most important thing to place down here is a double beam connector. You can't just have sharp edges around here. Well, I mean, that's a sharp edge, but oh well. We'll forget about that one. Okay, then you can go up to around about there. Same with you lots. And you can continue over there as well. Brilliant. Okay. Welcome, Dude 29. Hope that you're doing good. Can you show the map, see the radar towers? Yes. I haven't done all the radar towers as of just yet. But I've done a good few of them. There we go. So these are our first 3 rows of the radar towers. We still have to do another 3 or 4 rows, which will be another stream probably sometime next week. We'll see how things go. But I really did enjoy that stream, and lots of people seem to have really enjoyed watching it as well. So it was a bit of a win-win, really. I had fun doing it. People had fun watching it. That was pretty nice. And in regards to the resources, we can see that there's a lot of resources here that we have actually spotted. I'm mostly interested in the geysers, though. The unclaimed ones. So that one I've got to try and claim, and a few over here as well. I'm sure there's still a few more dotted around. Well, there's definitely one dotted around there. Although it won't show on this map, I don't think. No, because we haven't got a radar down there just yet. But yeah, still tons of nodes to claim. A bunch of crude oil in here as well, which I don't know what to do with. Because after I do this factory, I've already got all of my rubber and plastic being made from these 3 nodes. So what do I do with all of this? Do I make more rocket fuel? But that's going to take like an extra month. And do I want to really do that? No. We'll leave it for now. Yep. One of those people? Oh, nice. Yeah, I thought it was pretty fun stream to do. Very different type of stream that I haven't ever really done before. Yeah, the support was really nice. Feedback was really nice. And again, I enjoyed it as well, so it was like a win-win, really. You just finished your rocket fuel plant, so you're already tired of oil. Oh, I'm the same. I cannot wait to actually start working on like a solid again, like iron or copper. I'm so done with working with liquids now. Because in the back of my mind, every single time that I work with liquids, I'm saying to myself, well, this factory will never be 100% efficient. It just won't be. Whereas when I do things with iron or copper or limestone, I know it most likely will be 100% efficient. It's the way that I've, calculated everything. Okay, I think I want the corner to be here. There we go. So this is going to be quite a large factory. I don't know if it's actually going to be this big, though. I feel like I'm making this way too big. Let's double check here for a sec. So for this one, we need 400 rubber. Okay, how many refineries do I need for that? Because if I try and calculate the amount of refineries that I need for this factory, I can then roughly try and see how big a space I actually need. So here we are using, in theory, the worst rubber recipe, but for what we need is actually pretty good. You lot. So we need 20 refineries to make our 400 rubber. Okay, let me just write that down, in fact. There we go. $20. Which just stands for refineries. I change you to bold, preferably? And have we got Times New Roman? Come on. My favorite text font is Times New Roman, by the way. I am one of those people, yes. Oh, we have. Brilliant. This app keeps getting better and better. Is that not what I'm using for this? No, I'm using Open Sans, fair enough. Okay, so 20 refineries to make our rubber and heavy oil residue. Then to make 1,000 petroleum, 1,200 petroleum coke. We then need 10 refineries. Okay. Not too bad, actually. To make 1,200 petroleum coke, I feel like that's actually a pretty decent number. Okay. Then to make our 800 plastic, we then need... that's quite annoying. How do I actually, like, calculate this? I suppose 800 divided by 60, right? Is... Really? Only 14 refineries? Sure. I'll take that. So 14 refineries there to make our 800 plastic. And to make our 1,600 rubber, we are then going to need... that by 60 as well. That should be 28 then. 27, okay. That's 27. Then to make our 3,200 plastic, let's double that again. So that's going to be roughly 54 refineries. So it does start to add up a little bit, doesn't it? Okay, this is where we're at so far. So 20, 10, 14, 27, and 54 refineries. Now, we then need to make 2,000 rubber using 1,000 plastic. So how much is that going to be then? I suppose 2,000 divided by 60 should answer the question. 34. Okay, so the amount of refineries, roughly, that we are going to need for this project, without any overclocking, because I don't want to overclock anything else. We've spent way too long overclocking things now in this world. Okay, we're already at 100. That's not great. $159 refineries. 159. That's not too much at all. That would very easily fit into quite a small area here, I believe. Bear in mind, I still want to add, like, you know, paths around here. And other things, like bladders, logistic work underneath. So it won't just be refineries. There'll be some other things dotted around here as well. And also most likely a train station for that petroleum coke just to get out of our sights. Same with plastic, same with rubber. In fact, that's most likely what I'll actually end up doing. I'll be converting quite a lot of this part into like a train station, where it just goes that way into whatever else it has to go into. Or even, whatchamacallit, drones. But I don't really want to mess with drones though, because that's just a waste of plastic. Okay. So the first thing that I'm going to try and do then is minimize that. There we go. And create our 400 rubber and then 400 heavy oil residue as a byproduct. Okay. Not too bad. How come no diluted fuel recipe? I am using diluted fuel. But my fuel's already coming in from another one of my power plants that is using diluted fuel, essentially. Welcome, Killer DS. Hope that you're doing good. Welcome to the live stream today. Over on Twitch. Good to have you here, man. Now, I've already got a refinery blueprint. Which helps. Not. I want this path here to remain just open. Nothing going down it. I think so. Yeah. Because in theory, even you've got to go back a little bit. Unless I want you to not be lined up with that. Because I'm still thinking, if I have a rail go along there, I can then have our petroleum coke or whatever connect into this and go all the way back around. Then connect another rail that goes around there, which could actually be quite useful. So let's actually do that. Am I changing my mind every 3 seconds? Yes. Is that what I always do? Absolutely. Does it work out? Yeah, so I keep on doing it. I keep on doing it until it doesn't work no more. Okay. So we've got ourselves a gap. Isn't that mightily frustrating? At least the good news is this now lines up, which is great. The only problem again is this gap, which honestly, there we go. No problem anymore. You guys up there as well. The reason, by the way, why I'm adding concrete here to the bottom of the water isn't for, well, actually, I suppose it is just to get a rough idea of where my grid is. But also, I think it just looks nice. Like the blue color mixed in there with the white from the concrete and the darkness of like the pillar supports on our main buildings themselves and the reflection of the glass with some of our builds. I think it looks really, really nice. So that's literally the only reason as to why I'm doing that. I think it just looks nice. You're then gonna go, just temporarily. Same with you, same with you. Same with you lot there as well. And then with you, I suppose, I want to just try and continue you out. That won't work. That's fine. If I go back into blueprints though, conveyor belts, there should be a T section. There is a T section. I'm so happy I made these blueprints, man. Saves me so much time, it's actually unreal. I think having these two trains run parallel with each other looks pretty decent. So I'll most likely continue with that idea. It does mean that there will be nothing here in the middle, but I'm actually okay with making that sacrifice. Some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. What is this? Ah. Ooh. I might actually need that. Is that definitely a path signal? If it is a path signal, I keep it. If it's a block signal, then I'm not going to keep it. Simple as. Yes. Okay, brilliant. Now what I want you to do is just to get rid of that for a second. You're then going to come up to... Perfect, to there. To where you're then going to come around to here. Come on. We'll then connect to here. No? Come on. Okay, you connect to there though. But you don't connect. Oh no, you do connect to there. It's a bit bent. Why are you bent? Okay, I think that's fine. Have I broken everything? Let's see. Let's wait for this train to pass. And hopefully this light will then appear green. If it doesn't, it means I've broken something. Damn it. Good. Okay, that's good then. You kind of have to connect around to this side here as well. Which you can't. That's really incredible. That's really awesome. You also got bored of placing rocket fuel generators because you need like 1,000. Yeah. They are slightly annoying sometimes, aren't they? Now you can connect there. I know it's a bit bent. It's because the rails themselves are slightly broken. Which is a shame. You can remain there. That's fine. Eventually, you're just going to continue down here. And go wherever it is you'll be causing mayhem. Where is it? You. Let's go. In fact, no, you'll most likely be going in from this way, actually, won't you? Okay, that's actually correct. I've done it. I've done it correct. Wow. Nice, we'll take that. You're too short to connect. Yep. And again, this train will most likely be carrying things like plastic, rubber, and petroleum coke to nearby factories. When it comes to other factories, I'll probably end up using packaged fuel, maybe? I don't know. bring you up to like about here, I'd say. Good enough for now. Obviously, this is always going to be temporary, but I'm just keeping it there for now. How's our power looking? Oh, fantastic. Oh, wow. Already at 127,000? That's fantastic. Our battery's back at 100%. Because we were down here no less than 30 minutes ago. We were down here. And now we're miles up there. That is... Okay. We've done a very, very good job there to be able to turn that around. You guys lined up. I kind of want you to be, if I'm honest. Let's see. Wow, you actually line up perfectly as well. See, some things are just meant to work out, aren't they? They really are. Love to see it. Tomorrow, by the way, chat, there won't be a stream. I have got a video coming out, which is the best recipes to do with stators. Yay. And then after that, I'll then have a best recipe video for something. High-speed connectors, most likely. You lined up? Yeah, I think you are. Good, just making sure that. Really good. Right, then you lot, just go. Please. Just for now. It's not you, it's you. Okay, that's good. See, that now lines up perfectly. Great success. Go around the other side. Great success. Oh, wait, no. You've ruined my great success. How dare you? That's a crime punishable by... I don't know. Having to play Factorio instead. I've actually never played Factorio. I've talked about this before, but I feel like I do want to give it a go one day. The problem is, I know literally nothing about the game. Nothing at all. I'd like to give it a go, though, because I've heard that a lot of my viewers also like Factorio as well. The games sort of overlap a little bit, especially in regards to player base as well. And I feel like both studios kind of know that. What was I looking for here? This one. What day is it today? Wednesday, isn't it? Yeah. Wednesday, innit? Quite have the same ring to it. It is definitely Wednesday, right? Yeah, okay, it is. I don't know what day Coffee Stain Studios are coming back from their holidays, but that's essentially when they're going to announce the winners of the Fixmas factory competition, which is the thing that I entered that I know I won't win. It's alright though, I still had good fun building the Fixmas factory. But the thing is, right, I already had my Fixmas factory done. And then they announced the competition, so I was like, well, I mean, I might as well make things look a little bit nicer than enter it in. If it wins something, brilliant, amazing, awesome. If it doesn't, it's okay, because, you know, I still had fun building it. But it would be quite nice, not necessarily getting first, I don't care much about getting first, but it's either getting top 10. Because if I was to get top 10, it means that I'll be able to get, I think, what was it, 3 Steam keys? Which means that hopefully 3 of my viewers will be able to get Satisfactory for free. So if you watch my content, and you might like Satisfactory, but you can't afford it, or you're on the fence about getting it, it means that you'll be able to try and win it. I won't do like a paid enter thing, I don't know, it'll be like a free raffle sort of thing. So I'll get an app, everyone can just enter their names, and then I'll just spin it live on stream, then see who wins. Again, like, if I was to get top 10, but the problem is, and this really sucks, but the Satisfactory community is a bit too talented. I know, this is dreadful news, guys, what can we do? The problem as to, well, the reason as to why that's a problem, is because everyone can build really good factories in this game. And then there's me! who struggles to make a proper power grid. after 2,000 hours playtime. So the problem with everyone being so talented is that, of course, it's a lot harder to win these competitions. As I said previously, like, even just having the chance to enter is still a good laugh for me. We had fun building the Fixmas factory. It was a good meme. Okay. Right. I do want to try and actually sort out our fuel stuff now. But I feel like crude oil is still a priority, though. How am I going to do this? Because the thing is, right, we've got a lot of land here. A lot of land. And I want to try and not waste any of it. And I'm pretty sure that I've still got a bunch of land over here as well. It's like, do I want to waste everything back here? No, obviously not. So what am I going to add back here? I guess we can do a bunch of water extractors and have some sort of, like, water factory here. Which will be a thing I will be doing eventually. I do want to try and see how far back I can go. But I don't think it's very far now, is it? Let's see. What happened? Oh, long story short, we had polymer resin going into our plastic conveyor belt, which then meant that we couldn't make any canisters, which then meant I couldn't get any packaged fuel, so our drones didn't work, and we couldn't get nitrogen, which meant I couldn't make nitric acid, which then meant that I couldn't make rocket fuel, all because of a bit of polymer resin. Wow, we are really far back here. Oh. Steel? There we go, damn. I can definitely place down, like, machines here, right? Where is it? Into here. Wow. Look at all this freaking land I'm wasting. We could easily fit in some sort of, like, a water factory in here. Just get a bunch of water. Damn. And, of course, we're making our plastic literally right here as well. So all of our canisters can then just come over here. Wow. That is so much room there. Okay, brilliant. In that case, then, part of me wants to try and extend this train out here a little bit then as well. I don't know where it's necessarily going to end up going, though. It can loop around there. Potentially even there as well. I think that's what we'll do. So I might even add like a train station over there that will get all of our packaged water that will then continue along there and exit along that way. That sounds like a good idea. Okay, so let's add in a T section here. Welcome, Roger. Hope that you're doing good today. Finding it hard to build a plutonium cell setup. Yeah. Does anyone know any good videos with production? In regards of plutonium? Ooh. Really not sure about plutonium, if I'm honest. I did design something, a quick recipe for it. However, that was for update 8, and I'm pretty sure they've changed a few things since then, so that video might be slightly out of date, unfortunately. If I do find anything, though, to help you out, I will definitely link or even make one of my own videos about it. Because, of course, eventually when I get onto things like nuclear power and plutonium, I will cover all of that on this channel. But as of right now, though, I won't be covering it because I just haven't started it yet. Yeah, I can't really be of too much help, unfortunately. I'm sure someone like Total Eclipse has made a good video about it, or Bits, probably. Oh, you watched the old video? Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm about to do another one. Okay, that's a bit out of place, actually. Yeah, I definitely do want to do more videos about nuclear stuff, but again, I haven't really experienced it myself. I don't want to make a video that I'm not necessarily experienced with, because I feel like I don't know what I'm talking about at that point. Whereas things like steel, like the best steel recipes or the best plastic and rubber recipes, I know what I'm talking about because I've dealt with it quite a lot. Whereas again, nuclear power, just I don't know what I'm rambling on about at that point. one day. I promise. In the far future, I will do a nuclear video. That'll be the day. Look. Easy, don't do the maths, that's fair enough. It does take a long time to calculate all this stuff. I think it'll be worth it eventually, but as you say, it does take a while, doesn't it? Yeah. You've got the race building up, but the other guys haven't done an update. Yeah. I'm sure they will eventually. I know I will, again, when I get onto things like that. So review, how far do I want to go with this thing then? I don't want it to go all the way over there. I think I'll most likely have it come up to here. And here lies the question, do I want to add some sort of like junction here rather than a T section? If I was to do that, the rail can then continue around that way, which might be a good idea. You know what, let's actually add a junction in here. I think for the long run, this would be a better idea. Get rid of that there as well. Actually, do I have to? Because you should be able to go there perfectly. Okay, cool. What about here then? Junction. There we go. So now you should be okay. Let's see. There. That was too sharply. Okay. We'll do that then. And for now, I'm just going to leave this empty, but eventually I will most likely end up continuing this. I do very quickly, though, want to actually add in one more of these, well, a few more of these blueprints just in a straight line. For now. Where is it? Rail 001. PS. There it is. I think I want you to be on that side. I think so. There we go. I think for this factory that I'm currently designing as of right now, I don't think I want to make this very thick necessarily. I think this factory will be fine to go up to like roughly there to there. As long as it can fit in like 2 rows of refineries, that should be okay. So it will most likely be quite long, but not necessarily as wide. Again, I feel like it's a good idea. And then this little chunk of land over here will be used to turn all of our crude oil into heavy oil residue. And of course then polymer resin and... No, not polymer resin. Petroleum coke, sorry. Petroleum coke. What? Oh, okay. What do I need? I need this. I need a hero. If I was to add you in there, you'll be way too close to that. Way too close. So what do I do with this one then? You come out to there? Really? Sure. Past me knows what they were doing, so I'm just going to accept my fate. So this should now be lined up with... Okay, good. Job past me. Round of applause. The basic recipe, I feel like, yeah, probably a bit easier to do. I think this should be far enough, right? When it comes to plutonium, I think... Have I actually unlocked it yet? I have. So this thing requires... Oh dear. Okay. Plutonium pellets and concrete. To make all of that sort of stuff. And eventually this then goes on to make the fuel rods, which are quite handy. So So if you lot, you then require nuclear waste. I've never ever dealt with nuclear power in this game. I don't know how it works. So then you require... Wait. You also require nuclear waste? And silica. Right. Is there not like another alt recipe? No. I mean, there is, to be fair. Don't know if it's better. You also require nitric acid, but it seems like it's a 1-to-1 ratio there with the water. And sulfuric acid. Wow. This seems like an absolute nightmare. So... sulfuric acid essentially is just sulfur and water, if I remember correctly. Yep. The nitric acid is iron and water and nitrogen. Yep. Right. That's interesting. I feel like this would be easier to produce near a body of water. Because I know that the nuclear generators, whatever they're called, fuel nuclear things, they require water as well. I feel like my entire nuclear plant's going to be next to the sea. I feel like that would just be a bit easier. I don't know how big I'm going to make it, because again, I've never done one before. Whereas with a fuel power plant, I've done so many of these. Same with coal power plants. So I don't necessarily mind making bigger ones, because I know what it's like to make a smaller one, and I can do that completely fine. So I feel more confident, I suppose, to make a bigger one. Whereas again, with nuclear power, I've never touched it before. So I'm almost afraid that I'll mess up. Oh well. You worked with it before, you just need to work backwards. What about the ratios, isn't it? If you get one small thing wrong, it's just disaster. One of those, unfortunately. So now, just to see size and all of that, I very quickly want to try and select... I think it's actually one of you two, but I'll double check here for a minute. Yeah, it's not you lot. Again, just for now, I'll select this. If I was to line you up to there, what are we saying here? Okay. Interesting. So I actually have to bring that up by 1 extra. Okay. I'll just bring this down by 2. Which might look fine, actually. That will then go there. Although I'll most likely end up facing it the... Actually, would I? No, there might actually be fine, because for this part we need 20 of you lots. So we can fit... What was that? 4? 4, 8. Double that, that's then 16. Double that again, that's 32. Which is more than what we need. If I was to combine both my refineries for the rubber and the heavy oil residue to make the petroleum coke, that's then 30. Which means that it will still be able to fit in here, in theory. I'll do that. 10 nuclear plants. I mean, that sounds decent. I don't know how much power that produces. But I'm sure that, again, is still a pretty decent amount. It has to be. Get rid of that just for a minute. I think I will actually end up doing this. So, I want to make, again, 400 rubber and 400 heavy oil residue. So let's quickly place in a blueprint. Let's then change the color of these refineries. Then change, of course, what it's actually making, which will make everything a lot easier for me to try and do. Rather than individually try and change every single one, I can just do it in the blueprint designer. Then go with you, I think. Change a few of the pipe colors here as well, and then that should all be good. The only output here is... Well, actually, you got a double output. Ooh. Okay. Then a singular input. Right. Would there be a slightly easier blueprint for me to try and use then? What's this one saying? If I just search ref, Oh, damn. So you're crude oil into heavy oil residue. The colours there will be completely fine. All I then got to try and do is add in a rubber solid output. Correct? What have I actually done here? Oh, I know what I've done. Okay. Okay. Yep. It's 20, 40, 60, 80, and yeah, I need 5 of these in total. So in that case then, you'll then go over to there, and have to hook them up to the end of this thing. Regarding everything else, I think we're actually fine here. And you're making 80 rubber and 80 heavy ore residue, which is indeed correct. Let's save this then. There we go. Brilliant. What I then actually want to try and do, I didn't realize it was as chaotic as it actually is go into here, go onto factory. No, I've actually got it up here. Okay, good. This is where I was going to try and save it. But it seems like we have actually got it there. Oh. Would you look at that? It saved it there. Oh, okay, great. In that case, get rid of that then. Get rid of this, and let's just start placing down these things. No time better than the present to begin expansion. Speaking about expansion, have you guys seen the news of Trump wanting Greenland? Madness. Absolute madness. Like that's never ever gonna happen. It can't do. I want to try and rotate you around, I think. Actually, wait, do I? You're gonna go to there. And you're gonna go up to there. Okay. So that will be the outside of the build. You'll then be the pathway going around everything. Panama, I heard about the Panama Canal as well, yeah. Again, that's not gonna happen either. I mean, the reason why he said he wanted Greenland was because he wanted, it's for national security purposes, right? The main reason, and this is why I think he wants it, is because the Danish government passed a law on Greenland saying to protect the environment that they can't harvest or can't collect any oil, gold, diamonds, or essentially any gas around Greenland as well. Because Greenland might look massive on a map, but realistically it's actually a lot smaller than what it looks like than what we see on a globe. But it still has like a lot of gas and oil. So I think if Trump was to get Greenland, then he'll reverse the law and essentially just get all the gas and oil. Which I think he really wants to do. Rather than for national security. Because imagine if Russia said that. Imagine if Russia said, we want Greenland for our national security. You wouldn't stop hearing about it on the news, because that's, you know, that's essentially invasion of another country, which, I mean, they are known to do. No, I don't think they'll be able to get away with it. Surely not, right? I'd be very surprised if they do. And there'd be, like, no consequences. As far as what I'm aware, Denmark's part of NATO, aren't they? And the UN. Lines up. I still want to rotate this around, though. So the odds of them just getting away with it, I still think is relatively slim. I don't necessarily think that people there want the country to change hands, either. If you spent your entire life and your entire like generations of your family and your great-great-great-grandparents and all that are all Danish, then suddenly, boom, you're not Danish anymore. It's a bit, you know. bit weird. I think that's actually alright. I can then add something there to cover this hideous looking thing. And that would be great. I can then keep that there. And, yeah, okay, brilliant. So let's do that then. I mean, this is kind of annoying. I think I want to get rid of this first. He wanted calendar as well, did he? I mean, that's not going to happen. I know that Trudeau resigned, which I'm sure Trump's happy with. We'll get along a lot more with the other chap. I thought that was kind of funny though, because here in the UK, we're currently fighting over a rock, literally a rock in the ocean between Iceland, England, the UK, and Ireland as well. All three of us technically claim this rock as our own, and it literally is a rock. But the reason why we all claim the land is because of all the gas and the oil around it, potentially, right? I'm sure they definitely haven't scanned there or anything, right? I can try and find the name of it. Rock that Britain, Ireland, and Iceland claim. The rock in the North Atlantic Ocean that is claimed by the UK, Ireland... Oh, and Denmark as well. Bro, Denmark's losing too much territory, man. And Iceland is called Rockall. Yeah. This one. It literally is a rock, but it's located right there. So Ireland's like, well, it's close to us. Then the UK is like, well, no, technically Scotland goes up to around about there, so it's technically closer to Scotland. And Iceland's like, yeah, you know what, it's ours. And then the Danish are like, please, give us the rock. Because again, it's for the sea around it, isn't it? I think they claim it because it's close to the Faroe Islands. I don't know, it's literally a rock. But there's quite a lot of territories like that though, where there's like either islands or plots of land that a lot of countries either claim or a lot of countries don't want. You'll find it in between, like, I mean, the Balkans is covered in lands like that because it's the Balkans. But there's tons of land that, for example, Serbia would claim as their own, but then let's say Croatia would be like, no, because that's just not yours. And then it would just go back and forwards and back and forwards. I mean, personally, I think that Zimbabwe should get the land. Okay, so you guys line up, right? Yeah, you line up fine. That's only 2 rows though, and I wanted to try and fit in 3. I think I can get in a third one here, but I don't really want it to overlap with this. And we've only got 1, 2, 3 foundations there, and you require 4. Okay. Something else that I could try and do. Somehow squeeze this in even more. That's 4, 8, double that. That's then 16. In fact, here's what we'll do. Do 4, 8, 16, then add 2 more on each side. That will give us 20. And that right there is all of the refineries we then need to turn our crude oil into rubber and heavy oil residue. And then we can place down 10 more refineries along this way, which will then turn all of our heavy oil residue into petroleum coke. We can then build a small train station around the back here, which will then connect to all of this, and that will just go wherever the hell it needs to go. Which will then transport all of the petroleum coke, again, wherever it needs to go. Which at this stage, I don't actually know where that even is. Because our aluminium factory, which is going to get built over here, requires petroleum coke. But there's a few small clusters of crude oil near here that I think I can get from the, whatchamacallit? This thing. Resource well pressurizer. So then I don't need petroleum coke for that. At the same time though, do I want to be wasting 1,600 petroleum coke when I could be using it? No, I don't. So I could transport it by drone, for example. That could most definitely work. It's quite a far distance. A couple of drone depots will definitely work. A train, again, would definitely work. And if I was to add in a rail that goes all the way from here, somehow, I'm guessing around here, up through there, I can then use other trains along the rail here as well, which will most likely happen in the future. So I can then get in the rail infrastructure, which could serve a useful purpose. But the time it would take for us to do that will be a very, very long time. Because bear in mind, it took us an entire episode to get a rail from down, like, here to there. And that was across, like, open, flat area. Whereas this is going to be going up and down. I haven't yet designed any of those blueprints for the vertical train station or vertical rails. So that's going to be a mighty old challenge. And of course, not to mention the time it's going to take for it to go from there to here. It's across the majority of the map. That's going to take about maybe 11, 12 minutes to do a full circuit there. 1,600 petroleum coke isn't necessarily a small amount either. Luckily, if I have a lot of stations, we won't necessarily overflow. I can only have like 1 or 2 trains going back and forwards, which will be fantastic. I think I do want to commit with that. Again, having to design all those vertical rails will be a bit of a problem. Because the thing is, I've got to try and make it look neat, first of all. And then second of all, I have to try and make, like, match it to this. Which I think I will be able to do, but again, it's finicky in some places. But I still think I do want to try and do that, though. So, you lot, go out in that direction. Perfect. Why are you going so... Oh, you're a Mark... Oh, right. That's actually okay. I do need to upgrade you. You're completely fine. And the heavy ore residue will then just come along there. And you lot will then continue around this way. And crude oil will come around here. Okay. That's very, very simple. Like, this is a really, really simple build. Just trying to fit it all in now, which is the slight problem. Yeah, if I was to nudge you into there a little bit further, that will then give us an extra half foundation. But I need 1 foundation, not half a foundation. Let's see. Blueprints. Select that just for a sec. So you'll then go to there. I suppose, actually, to be fair, you can't actually see this, so it looks almost natural. That actually looks okay. I mean, obviously the glass then won't be visible, but I don't really care too much about that. So that will be fine. Like, commit. I think I want to commit. War crime? No. So the heavy ore residue comes out to there. Your heavy ore residue comes out to there. Then your heavy ore residue comes out to nowhere. So I've got to add that in by hand, but that shouldn't take much time there. So I think I am going to commit. I'm going to place this down. There we go. Am I going to regret that in 3 minutes' time? Probably. No, I generally think this is a good idea. Welcome, Necro Tekken. Hope that you're doing good, man. Welcome back. Your preference when building on water is to build the lowest foundation slightly under the water, so it looks like a machinery is unflooded. That's actually a really good idea. I've never tried to build machinery on like the flooded lands. Normally, I try and add concrete below the water to give it that beautiful blue ocean sort of feel, which also makes cinematic shots like this look really, really nice. I've never tried building machines down there, though. That could be an interesting idea. Right, okay, let's try and hook everything up now. Firstly, let's select you lots. Literally, this is how wide our factory's going to be. Like, it's not wide at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. then you're going to come out by an additional 2 refineries. But I think I want to design that in the blueprint designer, because that would take quite a long time to... Wait, actually... I've already got you. I've got this. Where is it? And how much land do you... Oh, no, you're 3. Right. Okay. I want one with 2, preferably. I'm still convinced this is a good idea, and a pretty good layout as well for this factory. Because again, like, packaged water factory can be around here, which will get quite a lot of packaged water. The trains will then go around this way, then just straight there. Then petroleum coke will have 1 train station for that, somewhere near here, most likely. That will then, again, continue just to go straight down over there. Then our plastic and our rubber will then have separate train stations and most likely drone depots over there. Which then begs the question, how am I going to fuel my drones? I could use packaged fuel, of which I know I've got 200 and something left over per minute, which I can make, 250. And I feel like that's not enough. That's why drones could be a bit of a nightmare. I don't think they run on petroleum coke, do they? Would be nice. Can use any fuel type. Yeah, and I don't think that petroleum coke is a type of fuel, unfortunately. Oh well. I still feel like this idea is decent, though. Where is it? There we go. So literally, all I want to try and do here is get rid of half of this blueprint. There we go. That. Okay, so you're going to be a pain, which is fantastic. Love that. And I think I want you to go up to there. That should be alright. Yep, fantastic. And you as well. Oh, actually, that's gonna be really annoying. Right. What am I going to do with you? I know exactly what I'm going to do with you. I'm going to do this. Then, here's the 2000 IQ play. Which is a very basic play, actually. But, oh well. I'm going to do this instead. I like that. We'll then run down that side. This is the very final blueprint that I'm placing down here. And I think I've got this facing the right way, haven't I? No, wow, I'm so good at this game. So I think for now, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to leave it like that. And just see what happens. Get rid of that, get rid of that. Get rid of that there as well. Yep. Okay. Let's see. Now, if I was to... Oh, first of all, got to get rid of this. If I was to place you down here, are you then going to function? Okay, that is the right way. That's a good start. You then go up to there, which is... Yeah. 2.5, isn't it? That's alright, though. I'll then obviously connect to you, but that's not a priority as of right now. However, I think everything here is actually okay looking. Double check this side, which might look a bit funky. Yeah, then the only thing I've really got to do here is just... that. Yeah. Okay. Make sure you lot are connected. It's... There should be one here called heavy ore residue. Really? Okay. I was gonna say, I remember making one, so there should be one called heavy ore residue. And luckily, there was one. Power wires, you guys will just connect rather simply. Like that. Okay, great. So that then won't be a problem. I'll then mimic that a couple times around there, and everything should be fine and dandy. There we go. And just temporarily, I'm going to get rid of this path, just to make the logistic part of this process a little bit easier. Because, I mean, who doesn't love making logistics a bit easier and satisfactory? If I'm able to, I always try to. I do try and make my factories look good, obviously. At the same time, though, logistics do take priority for me. That's what you spend so much time on. Okay, good. Like the way this is looking so far. Then you will then go over here. That shouldn't go above there, which luckily it doesn't. Fantastic. Okay. And you are connected from that one. Great. Welcome, Tyler. The power situation was pretty terrible. Essentially, long story short, one of my conveyor belts, which was supposed to be carrying plastic, accidentally had a bit of polymer resin on it. The reason as to why that was a problem was because over here, my drone was carrying my plastic, which had this polymer resin in it, over to my constructors to make my canisters, but it blocked the line because the polymer resin just blocked everything essentially, which then meant I couldn't make canisters, which then meant that I couldn't make packaged fuel, which then meant that I couldn't fuel my drones, which then meant that I couldn't get my nitrogen from over here using my drones, which then meant I couldn't make rocket fuel and produce nothing from my rocket fuel generators. So my entire factory stopped working because one of my smart splitters didn't copy and paste the setting. I forgot to do it. Because of that, my entire factory shut down. I had no idea what the problem was until the start of today's stream. So if you'd like to rewind it, you can, but we fixed the problem. We had about 20 gigawatts of power. Now it should hopefully be around the 100k mark. I can double check that. Yeah, it was pretty disastrous. Okay, now we're at 156,000. So we have completely fixed the problem. The reason as to why this is fluctuating a little bit is because we've got geysers all the way around the map. And geysers don't have a fixed power production. They, again, fluctuate as well. So that's the reason for that. And I'm actually thinking, should I add a pathway across this? That could look interesting. Let's see. Finished your 114,000 power plants with 2 augments, meaning you have, wow, 144,000 power, which is great because you're building an electronics factory for 23,000. Yeah, as long as you have power source and Satisfactory, I feel like the game becomes a lot easier. Which is the reason why I always say, like, sort power out before anything else. Because the last thing that you want to do is spend hours of your time building a factory just to realize that you haven't got enough power production. So now nothing even turns on after you just spent ages trying to build all of it. I've done that before and it's not very nice. The reason why I've spent so much of this series making sure my power's okay, because after I finish this factory, I'm then going to move on to my iron factory, which is where I'll be producing iron wire, and essentially iron cable, iron stators, iron motors, of course iron plates, iron rods, iron ingots, and so many other iron-related parts, which will consume quite a lot of power. As long as I can do that, not have to worry about power, it'll make things very, very simple for me. Okay, you know what? I do actually prefer that, I think. I don't like that necessarily, and I don't love that either. I want that to remain there, except I want to try and turn you around. Perfect. I'm going to get rid of that, and then get rid of this. And that. Actually, no, it's the other way. Whoops. Yep. I took your recipe videos to decide on what to use, and the grassy plains is now a huge factory. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's what I'll be doing with the grassy fields as well. Turning it into like a massive iron and probably a copper factory further down the line as well. Stairs. I haven't unlocked stairs. I have got 700 coupons and I haven't unlocked stairs. Cool. I'm such a good Satisfactory player. Wow. 10 out of 10. I will subscribe to my own channel. Deary me. Drama. Okay, that's all connected now. That's fantastic. I do very quickly want to select that. That didn't work. Right then, you lots. I can find... There it is. Now, coming out of here, we are gonna have... How much heavy ore residue? I think it's like 200. Yeah. 200 heavy ore residue. Which is not a problem. Obviously, our pipes can handle up to 600. Even though I'd recommend to never actually have 600 liquid in your pipes. Because apparently it's slightly bugged. That's good though. I'll then paint all this purple eventually. To resemble the ore residue. I'm thinking about doing a factory tour, by the way. I am getting rather close to 500 hours. So that will most likely be something that I do for my 500 hour special. My 500 hour factory tour in Satisfactory 1.0. There you go. That's the title of it sorted. I'll paint you lot and I'll come back for the other ones. Why is this so laggy? I don't know why I dropped down to about 2 frames per second there, but sure. Factory tour? Yeah, I'll do one then. And welcome Dadface, by the way. Hope that you're well. Nice and simple, damn. So yeah, this is the output, so you guys are actually fine there. Input is our crude oil. So you will be going around here. I can't wait for straight pipes, by the way. And of course, it's facing the wrong way. Oh my... To be fair, yesterday when I was doing this, I had no idea what I was going to do with this factory. So, in my defense, I'm not guilty. That sounds convincing. So you line up with... Well, it doesn't really matter where you line up. I'm going to redo all of this anyway. I want you to come out to there. And then I want you to come out to here. Where do you come back to? Bloody hell. Okay, jolly good. The average about 583. Yeah. I think it's roughly that point as well. If you use things like floor holes, and if you don't have pipeline pumps, of course that number's a bit less. Yeah, preferably never try and have 600 crude oil in one pipe. Unfortunately, I actually made that mistake down here, which is like the very start of my production line, which is a bit of a shame for essentially for everything. But for my next factories, I won't do that mistake. My next series, starting sometime in 2029. Already connected, good. You're already hooked up over there. Are you hooked up as well? No, you're not. Okay. We'll do that, and there should be one more over here then as well. There should be 3 lines. Yep. You're going to be slightly different though, aren't you? Because you're not actually dealing with that. You're dealing with petroleum coke. So you've only got one liquid input and one solid output. So I don't think this even needs to be here, does it? Because you're not producing heavy ore residue as a byproduct, whereas you are and you are. Okay. Yeah, you don't even have to be here then. Okay. So you're gonna go. Should be most of it gone. Yes, good. We'll go for you lots. And we'll go for you. I do find removing things like this a lot easier in stages. I know that I'm not deleting anything that might be quite important later on. Too high? No, perfect. Okay. 240, 480, 780. That's not right. Okay, so you're not connected to something, I believe. No, you are. Alright, but I haven't done these two just yet. Fair enough, okay. Yep. You can get your extractors, refineries, and water extraction to fill pipes in a full 600. Out of blenders, it just... yeah. It is a bit weird. And I think the reason why they said that happens is due to, like, something with their engine, I think. That's what chat's told me, at least. So if I'm wrong, it's their fault. No. Joking, obviously. But... yeah, I think it's something to do with that. Oh well. You lots. Brilliant. Wow. Isn't that amazing? Or incredibly average, depending on how you look at it. You're grey, right? Yeah, you are grey. Okay, so that's fine. Again, this is the input. So the only thing that should be coming into here now is our petroleum coke, which just requires heavy ore residue. So I'm going to get rid of this, then paint that, I think. Everything here can just go. Preferably not that, which is the reason as to why I don't like using this setting too much. There we go. How are we looking now? Hey, you know what? Not too bad. We'll take that. Certainly do take those. Funny thing is, I wasn't necessarily planning on actually starting my plastic and rubber factory for like another decent chunk of time, because again, I haven't even done my iron factory, right? But this is essentially like a continuation of our rocket fuel factory. So if I'm doing that, I might as well just get this done then as well. It's easier that way. Make sure you guys are all connected. Brilliant. Out of you comes the petroleum coke. Yep. And you require 400 heavy ore residue, which again is completely fine. Change all of these. There's no point in me making a different blueprint just for the petroleum coke, because realistically, how many times am I going to have to use this blueprint? Maybe twice in my entire playthrough. Whereas, like, how many times have I used this blueprint? I can't even show. Hello? What? Okay, my hotbar has just stopped working. My hotbar has completely just stopped working. That fixed it, apparently. Like I was saying, how many times have I used this blueprint? A couple hundred times. Easily. Easily a couple hundred. Make sure these are all connected first of all. And we'll continue with what we were doing. There we go. Good. Good. Terrible. Of course, the best way to see if the factory is turned on properly and has got enough power is just by testing it. So that's what we're going to try and do. I don't know where I'm... And again, my hotbar has stopped working. So the only way I can fix it is by... painting? No, my hotbar's completely just stopped working. I would respawn, but I kind of don't really want to. In that case, then let's just select that. Oh, okay. That's kind of annoying. I'll respawn in just a sec then, because we kind of desperately do need that, in fact. I'm going to try and drag you underneath essentially my entire build here. Like that. Same thing there as well. Continue you to here. We'll then go up like that. And you will then connect it to here. And now we've got our power going from one side of the factory to the other. And you can barely even see it, unless of course you're underneath here. Like, I don't know. Goblin. I don't know who lives underneath my factories. You two are actually quite important. I've got to make sure that I don't mess with that. In fact, speaking about things I shouldn't probably mess with. Where am I going to put in the remainder of my refineries? I suppose in there, I can fit a lot of them. And you lot just go underneath here? This is like a path, though. So I suppose this has to come back a little bit, doesn't it? Have we got enough room to do that? I think what I'll do is I'll do this, first of all. Get rid of all that. Can't get rid of that one, apparently. That just does not want to go. I'll force it to go, though. There we go. It's not you, it's you. You're going to go to there. Then to here. Not like that. Perfect. You lot will now continue over here. Until you get to there. You're going to do that, you little... Brilliant. You then connect to there, and you then connect to there. And in theory, because you're now carrying all of our crude oil, and you're connected to power, so everything here should be yellow turning into green. Just do not be red. Great success. Oh, look at you guys going. Give me that rubber. Give me all that rubber. So, logistic-wise, I think we're done with this part of the map. Which is nice. You, again, needs to be painted. I remember it needed something that I just forgot what. Oh, yeah, painting. There we go. And the funny thing is, no one's ever going to see this. I'm literally hiding it. But we're going to see it. I'm going to see it. It's important that we do it well. Because if we don't do it well, I'm going to get pissed off at myself. I particularly feel like doing today. Just temporarily. I'm going to change you to concrete wall. There we go. Just so I can do this, and I don't have to like repaint all of it again. Because let's be honest, I don't particularly want to do that. There you go. Of course there is a little bit of dead snap, but because the colors are the exact same, it's not as like visibly terrible. Which is nice. Because I don't like when things are physically terrible. Visibly terrible. Or physically terrible. Right, then you're going to be a bit of a pain to try and do, but maybe not necessarily. Let's see. So out of here, the only thing that should be coming out is you lot. So you'll go to there. And here we're going to have a hole in the wall. It's not just a good TV show, by the way, hole in the wall. I'm sure they had it in other countries as well, but it was hosted by Joe Walsh is the first name that came to mind. Was it him? No, he's a guitarist. What's his name then? Paul... Yeah, this one. This was a good show. 4.6? Nah. What do you mean 4.6? Watching people fall into the water was the highlight of my afternoon. Watching other people in physical pain was hilarious. Which is probably why it only lasted like a year, but oh well. Why did it only last a year? I'm so off track now, aren't I? Presented by Anton Dubek. That's... How did I not get Anton Dubek and I got Joe... Wow. Why did it only last a year though? Did they know? Oh, I don't know. Oh well. Is it that important? No. This is what I'm going to try and do here. Because you line up perfectly with that thing, which is great. So the only problem is you've now got 2 holes. So I want to try and cover up the hole in the wall. That's where the reference came from. That's what I was trying to get onto. There was a hole in the wall, I want to try and cover it up. Here I am talking about British game shows. Of which there aren't really many good ones. We got The Chase. You know what? All you need in life is The Chase. It's a good laugh. It's one of those shows that you watch and you feel like you're getting smarter by watching it, even though in reality you're not. You feel like you are, so it feels like you're doing something productive. Then when you eventually get one question right out of about 300, you could then say to yourself, oh, I could easily go on that show. And realize that you'll do terrible if you do. Maybe that's just me, I don't know. But The Chase is a good show. Pointless is decent. I don't know why, but our local gym always has Pointless on in the background, because we have like TVs on, or tellies as I call them, because I'm 3 apparently. They have the telly on in the background, and they always have like this auction show where they travel around England, or Britain, sorry. Britain, selling like these vintage shite. It really is shite, most of it. Some of it's pretty cool. And then the other show they have is Pointless. Again, that's fun to watch. A bit weird why it's on in the gym though. Like, I don't really go to the gym much, very rarely. But it's always on. It's not the end of the world if it's on, but it's just a bit weird. I don't know what else it would show. Like, Come Dine With Me. Oh, that's a banger of a show. There's a reason why there's like 4,000 series of that show. There's a reason. Right, so I want you to only go up to around about there, because if I do this, you'll then clip in through the pathway, which I don't particularly want. Then continue this around here as well, do the exact same thing. Oh, look at all of our rubber, wow. Pops and rubbers. Sorry, that was... If I don't get cancelled after that, I don't know how. So you're fine there. You do what you're supposed to. Pops and rubbers, mate. Sorry. You go to that. Okay, then you won't. You'll go to there, then that's fine. I must admit though, I don't really watch the TV as much as I used to. And I think that's just because I enjoy gaming a bit more, or watching YouTube. The amount of good documentaries that there are on YouTube now, I don't see the point of watching TV. Unless it's like a TV exclusive show. Like, for example, as of right now, I'm watching SAS on BBC. I mean, to be fair, again, it's actually on the iPlayer, so I'm technically watching it on my PC, but you know what I mean. That's a good show. I like that one. It's like, it shows how the SAS or the SRS now started. And some of them lot are mental. Absolutely mental. Almost as bad as me after playing Satisfactory for 2.5 hours and watching my entire factory crumble to pieces. Almost as bad. Not quite. Not much that breaks that boundary. Then paint you lot. Great. Really? You're now both activated after I added this tiny little pipe? Damn. Okay. Oh. And yeah, that will then continue around there. Perfect. Now, regarding the future of our logistics here, what I want to try and do is then select this out here, just by a little bit. It doesn't have to be anything wild. Just something nice and simple. There we go. And you're going to be taking in all the heavy oil residue. So I think what I'm going to try and do here is come out to here. It's one down there. A second one down here. It should be lined up with that. That's right before. I'm so used to being wrong that when I'm right it feels wrong. That's how you know you've got a good factory series going on. You're so used to having incorrect calculations that when you've done it right, it's like, wait, what? That's correct? Okay. Why? Petroleum coke coming out of there. And you two. This is what I want to try and address first. So when this pipe comes across there, I don't really want my conveyor belts to go through the pipe. So what I want you guys to do is actually go underneath the water instead. Why is that better? Just is. Does what we need it to do. There we go, lovely. Did you ever use the smarts mod? No, I've never used any mods in Satisfactory before. Not a single one. Because either my PC doesn't or can't handle it, or just because I don't really want to. I prefer Satisfactory in just like the regular vanilla sort of way. Now I want to try and do the exact same thing here. Then the exact same thing there, except you're going to be coming back a little bit more, I think. Again, you're carrying the coke. Although, can you actually just, like, run along down there? Because, actually, depends where this train station is going to end up being. I could build the station literally here. I don't see a reason not to. Ooh, yo, Danilo, thank you very much for the sub. Thank you, man. Welcome.
Данила Маригляны сообщеребет тычиной.
Thank you so much for subscribing, and I hope that you end up enjoying the channel. That was extremely kind, and thank you very much. Yeah, so if I was to build you round there, now we're going to extend you out a little bit because of our logistics officer. Then just plop in a train station literally right here. Build a wall up a little bit. Which we can easily do. I'll be around here, I'd say. I don't know if I want to continue this pattern over here, though. It's fine, but I don't think this part actually needs it. I definitely want it over here, yes? There's another thing that I could do is have our plastic, rubber, and petroleum coke stations all next to each other. which could be a possibility, but I feel like that might make things a bit more annoying logistically. You know what? I've actually got an idea. Sound the sirens, someone call the cops, I've got an idea. It's not going to end well. Essentially what I'm going to try and do is build a train station up on that level, but not have the main rail itself run through it. Let me try and show you what I mean. If I get my editing software up, this will demonstrate what I mean. I promise, again, it does make sense. I'll try and draw it out here a little bit. Ignore that, that's just the thumbnail for today's stream. Where is that even gone? So, as of right now, we have got the original rail, which let's just paint that in pink. That comes in from around there, it goes up around there, down there, and then back. That's rail number 1. The second rail that we then got starts from here, and it just goes off. Like, that's fine, doesn't really interact with this. Now, the one that I'm adding in here now, this is going to be something like this. Then let's just do that. This is again where it's going to run. All the way down there, just to try and utilize this part, right? Then it's going to continue going off in that direction. That's not a very straight line, is it? Like that. So it comes in from around there. Next with that line, which to be fair, these trains don't actually use this line, do they? They sort of like come in through here, don't they? And they go back out that way. So what I want to try and do here is essentially this. You will then come out this way. Like that. And this is where the station's going to be. Somewhere along this line. So our petroleum coke train comes along this green rail like that, turns right into this station, and either loops back onto this rail or continues to that one. So I think this might be the better idea if it just continues right. And that just goes all the way around. And somewhere down underneath here, we're then gonna have our other train stations. So, so it'll most likely be something like this. That. So one for rubber, one for plastic. Inside of this area here is where we are currently making our petroleum coke. And then this area down here, we've still got a lot of room. So we'll have our plastic and rubber refineries all the way over there as well. Which will take up quite a significant amount of room. But that should still be okay. I know this looks a bit confusing to see like that, but that's the easiest way I can possibly explain it. Essentially. Okay, here we go. Let's try and add our train station above there, and that should then work. Regarding the rubber, that's then going to continue down over there as well. Let's do that. Starting off with you, going to get rid of that. Select this, then come down over there. And again, in theory, this should work out pretty good. Suppose I want you to line up, don't I? Just not here. So do I want you to go out a bit further? I think I do. Right, no, not necessarily. It's a bit too close. Give it some room to breathe. Merger. Do that. Then you two will then merge together. Why have you not produced any rubber? You've got no crude oil coming in. Why have you got no crude oil coming in? Because of that. That's problem number one. And then you lot... Oh, because I don't think I've connected the... this thing. Good. That's all of our problems there solved, in theory. You lot will then continue going out over there. And again, when it comes to this, you're then going to come down to around about there. All of this is then going to go. Yep. It's not lined up, right? Surely. I don't know if it is lined up or not. I guess why? I guess we're going to find out in a minute. You want to go around over there. Oh, welcome. Wow. Welcome, what designer? Oh, designer. Hope that you're doing well. That's too long. Damn it. You don't normally have that problem in life. So now that's all of our heavy ore residue now coming around to there. Should now be creating... Coke, fantastic. Welcome Maximus, hope that you're doing good. Since the last time I've chatted you have had a oh no. What did you do? What happened? I've messed up this, haven't I? Yes, I have. Oh man. How did I manage to select that, but now I can't unselect it? Nope. Merger, yes. Facing that way, yes. Face down, yes. The only Sigma thing that I'm aware of is this. Sigma. It's a faction in Warhammer 40k. I don't think it's 40k, it's Total War, at least. Yeah, it's they're pretty cool. If that's the Sigma that you're referring to. When I played Total War Warhammer 1, it was the very first faction that I managed to win with. Total War Warhammer 1. Are they showing it? Yeah, these guys. Not whoever the hell these lot are. Yeah, Sigma. Anyway. Oh, I remember the start. I think I actually... The first person that I wiped out was this person below. I think I was allies with them. Then my other allies went to war with them, so I wiped them out, and then I went for the Vikings at the very top of the map. And they're a pain to get to, because all the lands are all cursed or something. So whenever your army walks across those lands, you essentially have damage to your troops. Anyway. Warhammer's a fun experience. So is Total War, so it's like a win-win, really. So why have you lot stopped then? Have you produced too much? I'm guessing you're backed up now? You are backed up. Brilliant. That's what I like to see. Oh, not really, but for this stage of the game, it's what I like to try and see. So all of our logistics here now is completely fine. You're going to come up to there. I still want to try and add in our train station here. So how is that going to look? First of all, let's expand this. Let's then expand the rail. And then again, we'll try and compare and see how it looks. Because logistically, we're done. It's great. That's really what I wanted to try and get done for today. The fact we've done that within about 2 hours, and we've also fixed our power problems, is a bit of a win-win to me, so I'm actually quite happy with that. Where are you going to be? You're going to be here. I want you to be facing that way. Okay. Let's do it. I don't want to come out by too far here. I feel like there should be fine. For now. The train's gonna go into there. Okay. Try and get the right height here as well. I can do rather easily just by doing that. And if you were the T section, the rail would then go along there, but like wouldn't give us as much room. In that case, then you have to be the T section, which gives us definitely enough room. Probably somewhere in between these two would have been ideal. But let's see, maybe we can work our magic. You go up to around about there. Sweet, okay. So that is the right height. Great. The station's then going to be built in there. Right. And that should be lined up with this as well. It is. Okay, great. Wasn't our initial intention, but if it lines up, then I won't say no to it because it will look equally as nice. Shouldn't be 10 wide there. This is going to be a very small station. 1,600 petroleum coke isn't a lot. If I do like 4 carriages, that's then 400 coke per carriage per minute. Each one can hold 32, so that's about 8 minutes worth of storage there per freight terminal. Which means that from here to there, a journey which will take about 12 minutes, I'm then going to need 2 trains for that. Simple. 2 trains on a network this big, you'll barely even be able to spot it. We've currently got 8 trains going from here to here. 8. And even they're still kind of hard to spot at the minute because of how long that rail network actually is. That's good. Next thing that I want to try and do, and because we're not dealing with liquids, hallelujah, I'm rather excited about that, like praise the heavens above, is I'm going to try and do this. You're going to go out in this direction. One off the side. And you here are a bit more than one off the side, but saying that though, we have got some other things and stuff that I've got to add in there, so we'll do this. There we go. Come back here by 4. And that will be, like, perfect, really. In fact, wait, do I want to do that? Because originally, I wanted this to be around on this side. Then I feel like I won't have enough room there. In that case, I do actually want to try and squish you up to that side there if I can. There we go. Perfect. I think that would be fine there as well. It's like if I do this, it would then be perfect. Sure, let's go with that then. Why not? Then do 1. Why have I got you? Why? Oh, wait, have I? Okay. Therefore, how many of these have I got just dotted around here now? Only one. Okay, good. I've got tons around there, but most of these are either out of bounds or glitch underneath the map, which is very, very annoying. And there's not really too much I can do about that. So for now, I'm just going to upload a few of you guys to that. Okay, well, none of you guys to there, then that's fine. Make sure you're definitely filled up, which you now are. I'll pick that up. 1, 2, 3, 4. You'll then go up to there, and that would then be the end of this. Great. That's still wider than I thought it was going to end up being. I still feel like it's worth it. Yeah. Because you're then going to come out to there. I might even close you off a little bit. Oh, I don't know. We'll see. See how things go. Yeah, rubber's still going to continue around to there, though. But now I do want to try and keep you relatively tight along this area here. I then want to get rid of that. Continue this only down by one more foundation. If I do this, it'll make it look like it's almost normal. Again, you're the coke, so you actually have to go underneath this. Okay. That'll be fine. All good. In fact, wait. Why not just go underneath that instead? Rather than doing all of this. Shenanigans. There you go. You go there, you go through the waves. Very dramatic. It's like a scene from Moana. I definitely haven't watched like 5 times. To be fair, I haven't. I've watched it once, maybe twice. Not even the entire wave in through, to be honest. Anyway. Fantastic. I paint you all purple, which I don't necessarily have to do. Again, I just think it looks quite nice. And then connect all of my petroleum coke up to this factory, station, train station. Then, that will be good. Yes. Continue you guys along here as well. How far do you go? So you come up by an extra half. We're dealing with lots of halves this factory, I feel like. Oh. Great. Yeah, thank you for all the support on the channel, by the way, recently, guys. There'll be a video coming out tomorrow talking about the best recipe for stators in Satisfactory 1.0. I feel like stators are quite important, and there's one recipe that a lot of people don't use that I talk about in the video. Do I recommend it or not? Wait and find out. Just kidding, no you don't. It's a video where I compare the 2 regular recipes, the basic and the 1 alternate. Then I also show you how to make iron stators, which is literally stators just made from iron, as the name probably hints towards. And it's a pretty decent recipe, especially if you don't necessarily want to spend ages looking for copper and this and that and that. You can literally just look for iron and you'll be sorted. So in that regard, it's actually a really good recipe. Don't want to use that. haven't had much chance recently to play Hogwarts Legacy. I know it's very sad. I don't know why that hasn't made national news yet. I'm okay though. You know, it is what it is. A bit sad, but we get over it. The thing is, whenever I've had time, I've either just like not been in the spirit of playing games, or I just play something else. Right, you know what? I'm gonna get rid of this actually. There we go. Get rid of that. We'll do it the other way instead. There's nothing really wrong with that, but again, I can see it's not being perfect, which is annoying to me. I'm not a perfectionist, not at all. But when I know that I can make something better and I choose not to, that I can't stand. Because I know that I'm literally participating in something that I know I can do better in myself. Welcome, Glitch. Yeah, we've got the power sorted. It was a whole thing. It was very annoying, but we sorted it out. And now, funnily enough, our power is actually better than what it was been the last couple of days. Hey, look at that. Wow. And the reason as to why it's so good now is because we've now got enough fuel and turbo fuel, everything. Literally everything. It won't remain like that for the next few episodes, but for now, though, it's absolutely perfect. Which I'm very happy with. You lots are all going to be inputs. So, yep, load, that's good. Oh dear. If you come down to there, I don't think I want to do a manifold system for this. What I'm going to do is just split it and split it again. There you go. That way it will be evenly divided between everything, hopefully. Not exactly, maybe, but it should, in theory, be exactly divided. Pretty good? Yeah, it's not too bad at all, is it? It's definitely more than what I need for this. No, you're supposed to be a splitter. I think that's the middle. Go with that. Okay. And you are then going to come over here. And you then connect to that. I mean, look how simple straight conveyor belts are in this game. I messed up, actually, wait. Holy moly. I didn't even do anything, and there you go. It's just, it does it for you, essentially. It's just fantastic, really. There we go, that is all of our logistic work sorted out. I know this doesn't look very nice. I can try and make it look a bit better. In fact, there's a very easy way I can try and do that. Beautification. It's an absolute lifesaver. It really is. It's an absolute lifesaver. Right, now with you lot, the train actually has to get out of here somehow. It wants to escape with its life, preferably. And I think I'll let it today. Sure. We'll allow it to live. For now. So when the train escapes, or enters the station, we'll then come out there. And that row will then come along there, then fantastic, okay. Great. Which means that with you, what am I going to do with this? Make it look nice. All of our rubber has to go over there to then combine with our fuel. So I suppose our fuel has to go underneath here. But I like the way this looks, though. think what I'll do could be a slightly terrible idea, but I do like slightly terrible ideas every now and then. Is... I don't even know. Because if you were to go underneath from, like, let's say, back here, this then won't be a problem. So I think I will actually do that. I'll get rid of you lot, which this might take me a while to do. I think it will be worth it in the end. Let's very quickly go into our color and change this to pipes. Because again, save us a good amount of time there. I then very quickly want to get rid of this to see if, yeah, this is where I want it to go down. Okay. Let's freaking do it. Let's go. I want to try and mimic this pattern here. So you're going to go there. No. 1, 2, 3. That. Wait, was I think I'm one too far off, aren't I? That's going to go down here instead, which is still actually fine. Just means that's then going to continue to over here, which I don't really want it to do. Whereas if it comes over to here, that will then be fine. So yeah, you know what? I hope this won't completely destroy the flow rate of my pipes. In theory, it actually should. Well, no, in theory it shouldn't, but it might do. Bit concerning. I've actually got a thing this would be quite easy if I was to select, where is it, horizontal to vertical, right? 'Cause you should, yeah, just go straight in like that. Wow. Aren't you a handy one? Would you look at that? Thing underneath here looking good. Fantastic. How do I do this? Try something a bit different. Sentence no one likes when I say, because it often means I'm going to spend 6 hours doing something. Where are you going? There we go. So you struggle to understand what the hell Auto 2D does on the... no idea. I can try and demonstrate it. Auto 2D. Does it change the curves, maybe? Wrong one. So this is auto. It seems like it makes the curves a bit smoother. Let's see. If you were to go, like, to there, which looks awful, by the way. Noodle just... Okay, that's depressing. That's disgusting. Yeah, I think it literally just makes the curves a bit smoother. I've never used it. I only ever use horizontal to vertical. I'm sure it's not necessarily the best one, but it's just the one I'm used to using. What? Invalid pipe shape. Oh, okay. I was close to breaking something. Luckily, no. We remain relaxed and we remain focused. Until something else happens that's equally as bad, then I'll break something. No, I would never. Okay, so if the surface here wasn't too uneven, which it currently is, would you then be fine? Aye, okay, you are now fine. Now for these back four is where the problems could potentially start for us. am I going to get them out? I suppose what I could do is this, right? Go back over there. Then with you lot, bruv. Sorry. You can then go over. Yeah. I'm gonna interact with that. Yeah, you go through it, but you don't like produce a frustrating message. You just work, which is nice. Makes a change. Okay, so that goes in there. What I then want to try and do is then get rid of this. That's get rid of that and that. There we go. Last one. Copy and paste that over. It does unfortunately poke through the ground there a little bit, but it's not really too noticeable, so I'm actually okay with it, to be honest. I'm gonna go here. And then select that. Okay. I think that's a pretty good way there to solve that problem. I want to keep that there for now, because this is where our main building is actually going to begin. So I don't know exactly how it's going to look like. What it's going to look like, let's say. I use proper English. That will then go. And just for now, let's say, for example, this will all be glass. I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of it actually will be glass in the end. You'll then go up to around about there. You lot coming down here. Same thing here as well. Then you two will then be the pathway. You won't be. Have the patience for it. As good as no, it's fine. I mean, like your builds don't have to look good as long as they function well. As long as you enjoy. Actually, no, cancel that. As long as you enjoy playing the game, that's alright. Because I've had a lot of experiences where I've built something that I think looks nice, but because of how long it's taken, I've lost my patience and then I've stopped playing the game for a while. So yeah, I might have built something that doesn't look terrible, but I've now completely lost my patience with the game. So, did I really achieve what I wanted there? I would say no. But now, because I'm taking things a lot slower, at like a literal turtle pace, it means I'm actually able to enjoy things a little bit more. I can get that soon. Great. So, you lot, I wasn't really planning on starting this part today. But you know what? Let's at least get the foundations in, right? No, oof, I almost got rid of that there. Get rid of this. Now, the next thing that we are making here is plastic and rubber. This might look simple, flashbang warning, but it's not. And the reason as to why it's not is because I need 400 fuel here. However, almost all of my nodes coming in are 375 nodes, which are really annoying, because that doesn't go into each other. Same with everything else here. If I had 400 nodes or 400 pipes, that would have been very, very simple. This could have been done easily, but I don't. So let's see how things are going to end up going. Then, of course, for the remainder fuel, I then have to burn it, probably. Yep. Okay. So, yeah, so far today, then, we've finished this, and we finished that, this, and that. There we go. And change the color of you lot very quickly. To over purple, why not? Just so I can see what I've done and what I haven't actually done. So it seems like we've done a lot, but really we actually kind of haven't. Not a bad start though. Every journey begins with a single as I like to say. Who doesn't start a hike and then just regrets it instantly. I know I don't. But no, I do. I don't mind a hike unless it's cold. I hate the cold. I hate the cold. Breath. Actually, I should probably redesign this in the blueprint designer. That would probably help. It doesn't have to be a crazy design, but it has to be something. You said you've used petroleum coke for aluminium. Yeah, I have. So that's where this train's gonna be going. Right across the entire world, pretty much. Over to, like, here. Where the hits the cold. Yeah, that's why I hate it, though. Because the weather is always cold. When it's not cold, it's too hot. It's either, like, one or the other. Either a heat wave or it's a storm. Welcome, Kabowers. Hope that you're doing well, man. Been watching your alternate recipe series. It's so helpful. You've paused all production until you find more alternates for the low tier lines. That's a good idea. There are some fantastic even alternate recipes out there, which I do recommend making. In fact, I'll probably end up doing a video titled like the best alternate recipes in Satisfactory 1.0. If I've not already done that video, which I think I might have already done it. Because there are some fantastic ones out there that a lot of people don't use. Like, for example, caster screws. Caster screws are fantastic, because you literally save in every single regard, like everything. Power, space, in regards to like having too many constructors, resources. It is really, really good. I'd probably end up doing a video like that. This is one that I want. Right, so we need 14 refineries to make our 800 plastic from 400 rubber. Okie dokies. Alright. Iron pipe. It's good, isn't it? It's really good. I actually end up using iron pipe in tomorrow's stator video to make my stators. There's a very good recipe for that. It's one of those recipes that, like, if I didn't see it, if I wasn't aware about it, I never would have bothered using it. But because it is in the game, pretty good. Definitely does what you need it to do. And a bit more in some cases. Okay, there we go. So that right there is all of the plastic being produced from the rubber. You've got to change a little bit, don't you? Because the only thing coming out of here is solids. One solid coming out, 2 liquids going in. I wonder then. If I was to actually change this just for a quick sec, can I try and find something that's a bit similar? No, 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 no. No. Ooh. Change the color of that to what? No. So it's a solid and a liquid going in to make a liquid. A solid, even. I think I might just have to do some quick redesigning then for this. So you're gonna go. Oh, there we go. So in that case, can you just stop lagging just for a moment? That'd be grand. You've got to go, and you've all got to go. There we go. Actually, I suppose I kind of want the wall there, don't I? Let's not get rid of that just yet. And again, your fuel, essentially. Now you lot have to come out of there. Okay. And where do I want the entrance of the rubber to be coming in from? I suppose it doesn't actually matter. Either side's actually okay. But preferably, I want it coming in from this side. Because what I'm going to try and do is my fuel will come in from the left over here. And my rubber will come in from over this side. They both meet in the middle like that. rather than my rubber and fuel logistics like crisscrossing each other. I don't particularly want that to happen, so this way would be a bit easier. So yeah, I want you guys to go that way. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That should be good. Lined up. Okay, this does not want to line up apparently. Come on. There you go. Is that so difficult? I wouldn't say I love the way that goes into the wall there, but luckily it's not very noticeable. That should be okay. Welcome Asuna, hope that you're doing well. Welcome back. I think you're the first member of the stream as well. You are. Hey, nice. You still don't know what the best way to set up the train for your base. I'm sure... I was going to say Let's Game It Out, not Let's Game It Out. I'm sure Total Eclipse and Bits have made good videos about trains. What Darren plays probably touched upon it as well. Maybe construction, not sure. But yeah, they've all got really good train tutorials, most likely. I haven't got one because I still don't necessarily understand trains too much. That's why I've refused or refrained from making one. I could and get all that sweet YouTube ad revenue, but I don't want to make a video that I'm not necessarily confident about. Because it might not be as helpful for everyone. When I fully understand trains, I'll then commit to a video about it. But again, as of right now, I just don't know too much about it. So this seems fine. Fuel coming in from that way. Rubber and plastic, whatever I need for the time, coming in through that direction. And out of here, I think I want my solids just to all remain on that side. So I'm going to rotate you lot around. The solids are a lot easier to work with than liquids in this game. A lot easier. Thank you. That's alright. I'm happy to be of help. Fantastic. Okay. I don't want to add anything else to that. You shouldn't be poking out the side. You're not. Everything seems okay. You've all got the correct recipe. Power's all hooked up. I think this is now completely fine. How much am I making though? 6120. 240 plastic from 120 rubber. Okay. I think I like that. Rubber plus fuel. Can I do that? Actually, I can. Fantastic. Let's go. Stitch plates and iron wire go so well. They do. Yeah, they're fantastic together. They really are. And car screws, just so use. Yeah, car screws again. Fantastic recipe. Yeah, I think I would probably end up committing to that video then, if I haven't already done it. I'm gonna double check actually on my channel. Have I made a best alternate recipe video? Because it's something that I keep on talking about with my channel, my streams. There won't be any time or anything here. It would be somewhere around here if I have done it. That was a fun video. Oh yeah, I made that video. Oh. I've actually forgotten about half these videos that I've made, if I'm honest. That's out of date, yet it's still getting views, which is kind of annoying. Wait, no, actually, no, that is not the out of date one, I don't think. No, that's actually fine. I don't think I have done a best alternate recipe. Oh. That's gonna change. That's still pretty cool. Oh. That's a shame. I forgot about that video. That one. There's so many, like, videos I just forget about that I've made. Oh yeah, this is the out-of-date one. That's kind of crazy, like, my channel just started. I made a couple random videos. Then 7k, 15, 10k. Right. Oh! The last time I checked this video, it had, like, 1,000 views. That's done well. Although that was, like, 5 months ago, though. Damn. Again, I don't really check my channel stats at all. I just post a video and see if it does well or not. Do I use drones? I do, but they're annoying to use. I think I've saved this blueprint now, so I can get rid of this, I believe. Let me just make sure I've definitely saved it. I'm then going to do the exact same now, but for rubber rather than making plastic. Yep, rubber plus fuel. Okay. Can I actually change the color of this? Does it all look the exact same now? There we go. Like that. Everything should be the exact same. 30, 30, 60. Yep. Then 30, 30, 60. Fantastic. And just like that, you've made yourself 2 blueprints. I'm trying to think of other early game recipes that I think are good. Not really sure of many. In pipe, yep. I'm not sure if you would consider encased industrial pipe an early game recipe, but that's very good as well. Rubber, no, plastic plus fuel equals 240 rubber x5. And I'm going to save that. And then we'll do the exact same thing that I did on the other side, which I think I want to make 2 of these, then get rid of 2. Let's do that. Bit of view there as well, lovely. Okay, that's most of it gone, not all of it, but most of it. Oh, wow, actually that was almost all of it, to be fair. Clean up a little bit in here. Adieu. Oh, my hotbar is still broken. I might have to respawn and see if that's going to fix it. It's so annoying. Also going to get rid of these things here as well, just for the logistic part of things. That's all fine there as well. You lot can probably stay, honestly. Yeah. I think you'll be okay. Just in case you're not, though, I'm going to get rid of that and do this instead. Now you're definitely okay. Bloody hell, man. Great. Plastic fuel. Change this to 2. Change that to 120. There. Go back over here. Yeah, okay, you're currently rubber. I want you to change to plastic. There you go. We've just got ourselves 4 new blueprints. And you now use blueprints. You've been downloading some blueprints as well. Nice. I don't think I've ever downloaded a single blueprint. One day I will. Gee, I don't even know if I will. Hands. There we go. Okay, I'm happy with all those new blueprints right there. I don't think we're going to get it all done today. That's not really the intention. We've now got it done for tomorrow. I do want to try and loop around this rail here a little bit, if I can. I don't want it to go much further out than that, preferably. I'll connect you with power as well. In fact, no, I don't. Because as long as you're connected to rail, then you're automatically going to have power. Okay. It's the one that I needed. It was this one, wasn't it? Oh, hotbar still broken. In fact, you know what? Screw this. There we go. I'll try and fix it. Manually rebuilding blueprints yourself to learn the techniques. Yeah, exactly. I think it's a good idea as well. I definitely think so. Heavy encased frames is phase 3, but it's amazing to get rid of screws. Yeah. Oh, definitely. I don't mind screws, especially when it's like early game. I find it okay. But when it gets to the later stage, and then you're dealing with thousands of screws, and especially with some recipes that require, let's say, like, holy lag. Why is... Okay, my game just died. Okay, cool. Especially other recipes that require, like, hundreds of screws each. And if you want to mass produce them, it then kind of gets away in the way of the conveyor belts as well. Everything then looks a bit messy. It's not great. But if you get rid of screws, it makes something like the heavy encased frame, I believe, is the one that I want to use. I've made a video talking about heavy modular frames, and this recipe I think is really freaking good. It's like, in fact, let me just whip up the maths. Whipping up the maths with the Valhalla pickle. This one. So there's the basic recipe, and the flexible one's okay, but it involves crude oil. I don't really want to get into crude oil. So these two recipes here, if I just get my webcam out the way with. There we go. Iron ore, this consumes less. Water, this consumes less. Limestone, this consumes less. Coal, this consumes less. And unfortunately, this was in the day before I did all like my power and machine calculations. But I assume, if this is consuming less of literally everything, then it also is going to consume less power. So I don't physically see a way, or even a reason, should I say, as to why I would not want to make heavy encased frames rather than heavy modular frames. If you have a quick look at what you actually need for these things, you need 25 modular frames, okay, but for this one you need 13.4. Here you need 100 steel pipes, okay, for this one you need 60. Over here you need 25 encased industrial beams, well, how about 16.67? And then rather than 600 screws per minute to only make 5 of the heavy modular frames, you now just need 37 concrete. I generally think this is one of the best recipes in the entirety of Satisfactory. It saves you resources on every single thing, you use less of everything, and you save power, and space, and 600 conveyor belts worth of screws. It is just a fantastic recipe, and I can't recommend it enough. In fact, you know what? The final recipe that I didn't really highlight today is the heavy flexible frame, where you still have to make 25 modular frames, and you've got to get crude oil involved, and you're making 15 encased industrial beams, and still dealing with a lot of screws. So it's not great. It's not dreadful, but I would just recommend the heavy encased frame. Like, before I did all like those maths and calculations, right? If I was to say to you, use the heavy encased frame, your answer might be, well, why? It's a good question. But now that I've kind of shown you the resources that it consumes, or the lack of resources, should I say. My hotbar is still broken, by the way. The fact that you end up saving power, saving resources, saving everything, it's a lot easier to convey the message of you might want to use this recipe rather than that recipe. Hence why I started my best recipe series. Not to convince people to join the dark side and use this recipe and don't use that recipe because I told you so, but more of a case of you might prefer to use this recipe because of X, Y, and Z. That's why I've done that. Yeah, essentially, the reason why I went back there to respawn was to try and see if my hotbar was going to work, and no, it's still broken. I'll fix it off camera. I just don't know how. Maybe just restart my game. But the problem is, if I try and restart my game, there's a possibility I will end up crashing my game. So for now, let's just leave it like this. There we go. Too scared to open your Satisfactory world. You just know that there's a bunch of tiny mistakes in your factories that will lead to total grid shutdown. You're already seeing the early signs reactors are at 98% up. Yeah. I can relate to that. I just died, sorry. I can relate to that. Absolutely. Especially when you know it's going to be like a rough few days ahead. Do you think sometimes it is worth it? Yeah, it can be rough. And that's the reason why I've stopped playing Satisfactory so many times previously. Because I know that there's mistakes in my factory. I'm looking at the mistakes and I'm thinking, like, is it worth it? For a lot of the time the answer's just been, not really. I was trying to slide this blueprint into here, but it didn't actually work. Actually, you know what I can do? This might be a 2000 IQ play here to save me tons of time. If I select the corner foundation again, nudge it all the way up there. Unfortunately, I can't nudge it far enough. So what I'm going to do is place that down there instead. Then select this. Then rather than placing it here, like what I would normally do, instead I'll place it there. Because now, if I then get rid of this, and select this blueprint again, this should now line up. There you go. Perfect. Modern day problems. Try modern day solutions. We'll then continue all the way around there. Brilliant. Although, wait. If I do that, it means I can't do this design. So you've technically got to go out by one more. Interesting. This makes you want to play Satisfactory again. I'm good. See, Coffee Stain Studios, if you're listening or watching, I am making people enjoy your game. I demand an instant sponsorship. Of course not. I'm just happy to play a game that functions, honestly. I don't know why my webcam's so dark. Well, I suppose it's dark outside. See, this is the problem with, like, relying on natural sunlight for your webcams. Especially when it's winter and it gets dark at, like, 3 PM. I think do I want you to go? You know what? No. I'm gonna challenge myself. Yeah. I'm gonna try and design this station, not today, that's a problem that I've created for a different day. I'm gonna try and design this train station, but without any sort of, like, barriers. I'm gonna try, like, a new, unique design. Again, it won't be today, because my fist will go through my monitor if I try that today. Go up to there? No, we'll go out by an extra one, why not? Are you acting weird? Thank you. Oh wow, that's annoying. That's gonna be awful to deal with. Wow, future me, good luck with that. Have fun. Haha. Half foundation gap there. Woo! That's gonna be enjoyable. That's gonna be a day I can't wait for. Oh dearie me. You still want to try nuclear power when you look at it? Yeah, exactly. I'm the exact same. It's like, I think it'll be really fun to do, but then I keep looking at it and I wonder, will it actually be fun to do? Because, I mean, I'm looking at this and it's like, no. I will do it though. I will commit to trying it for the very first time ever. You never know until you never know until you don't go. You never shine if you don't glow. Hey now, you're an all-star. That means something. Got a shirt. That's a good song. Who sang that again? Was it like Smash Mouth or something? That was like a meme for a good couple years, wasn't it? All-star. Oh well. T section. So we want you to roughly line up with that, which, oh, that looks good to me. That looks decent. Let's go with it. You then have to go. Then with you lots, I suppose I want to try and get rid of this. Add this in manually. Oh, like, look at that. That is so infuriating, but it's okay. Soul destroying and everything else in between. You think the rocket fuel alt recipe is good? I've never even looked into it, if I'm honest with you. Although I think I did for a minute, then I decided it wasn't good. I can try and look it up, see if it's worth it. But the reason why I chose this recipe is because it kind of aligns with everything that I was doing prior. Because the factory that I built was originally supposed to be a turbo fuel factory. And someone in my chat said, well, why don't you just turn it into a rocket fuel factory? And I was like, yeah, that's actually quite a smart idea. And then everything just sort of lined up. So I was like, yeah, basic recipe is pretty decent. But let me double check the alt recipe. What? You value your privacy. I mean, you probably do not, if I'm honest. I hate cookies, man. In real life, cookies are fantastic, but like, otherwise, wait. Okay. This isn't bad. The one downside that I can see is that you... Wait. Oh. 160. Okay, you actually get more compact coal using this recipe. I might even do a video about this. Because again, for this recipe, it works for me. It just works. Whereas with this, I feel like this would have actually been good as well. Because you don't have to make nitric acid. You just make nitrogen. But I'm going to assume that it requires more nitrogen than this recipe. Just an assumption though. I will do a bit more research into it though. And I will probably end up doing a video about it. And if it's actually worth it or not. Most likely be titled something like Best Rocket Fuel Recipe in Satisfactory 1.0. I'll write that down very quickly though, just so I don't forget. I will forget otherwise. Rocket fuel. There's another video idea that I wrote down somewhere. I don't know where it is now though. Yeah, I'll definitely look into that. Into that thing. I like how it's just sending resources and calling it. Yeah, essentially, yeah. So I think in regards of resources, just an assumption there from what I was able to see. I think it's going to end up consuming more resource, like more nitrogen, more fuel, most likely. However, I think in regards of time saving, I think it will be slightly better. I will have a further gander another day into that and produce a edited video about the best recipe. Just from what I was able to very quickly analyze there from that, it does appear to be the case. Oh, that's going to be quite annoying actually. Wait. I want you to go for now. I want you then to go. And then you as well, because you're just going to annoy me. Grab you there. I'm going to drag you to... Where? There? Where? Now, yes, there. Nice. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Same thing here on this side. Get rid of the vermin. We'll then go around that side. Brilliant. Go back into blueprints for a minute, because I'm guessing this is still broken. Yep, hotbar is still broken. I don't know how to fix it. I'm sure again if I restart my game it'll be okay. Just don't want to do that. I don't want to do that like mid-stream because then it will just crash my stream potentially. Not really worth it. Right, so you're gonna go in like that. I don't really want you to go inside of that, do I? So I'll do this part manually again. You line up pretty good. You line up perfectly. Great. As far as what I can see, this is actually decent. It's great. Of course, we're then going to do our usual trained thing where I then just bring a path around here. I don't actually know why I do this anymore. But it's tradition at this point. Can't break tradition. What? Oh. That's fine. There we go, that's better, I think. Yeah, there we go. Okay. That issue a lot. I've had it a lot as well. It's just I don't know how you actually fix it, other than just restarting your game. Which, like most things, ends up fixing it in the end. So I think I'll bring you up to there. Regarding everything else, I think what I'll do is this. You up there eventually, do all the iron underneath that thing. Make it look quite nice. And this will then go along here, right? Brilliant. Okay, maybe not brilliant. I have no idea how much tower fuel I had as a byproduct either. I think it was like 500. Byproduct from rocket fuel. Last time I used, you had 300 crude oil to make 800 fuel using diluted fuel, 800 sulfur, 600 nitrogen, and 400 coal to make 1,200 rocket fuel. That sounds decent. Yeah, I will have to do the comparisons and I'll get back to you on that one. I think both recipes will be decent. I don't think there's going to be like one recipe that's terrible and one recipe that's fantastic. I think both recipes are going to be rather similar in regards of that. Yeah, as I say though, I will do a video about that though. It won't be anytime soon because I've already got a bunch of other videos lined up. Like the plastic and rubber video has to get sorted out ASAP. Then you'll just loop around here. I think, you know what I might even do? I think I'll work on this station off camera. Because you guys have seen me do this before, you know what I'm about to do. So it won't be that interesting to look at. So I think I'll work on that off camera. The bit underneath, I don't know if I'll do on camera or off camera. But logistically, this should all be turned on. Let's try that. So you've got to go underneath R. You go here somewhere. It's rather important considering the power consumption, yeah. Because if you got one recipe which might look the best, but it consumes 1,000 megawatts to make, and then you got another recipe which doesn't look as good but only uses, let's say, 400 megawatts, that second recipe might actually be better. It all depends on power consumption and power use, and that's actually the perfect placement for that, damn. That is great. Okay. Good job, me. So it all just depends on these small things. And these are things that I will take into consideration, by the way. I do end up producing that video in about 7 years' time. So, yeah, you've got power. Can I link my power through here? Should be able to, right? I don't want to get rid of that. No, it goes around the other side. Okay. Try that then. So you'll then come round to here. Yes, destroying my factory. Woohoo. My favorite pastime activity. That will then go. You'll then link to that, and now that train should be activated, and all of our petroleum coke should now be going into those slots. And granted, we're not going to have a train actually come here for a very, very, very long time, but it's good to still have this here. I might even add in an awesome sink, just when this factory is fully operational, it doesn't back up here. So that'll be the final thing that I do for today then. A bit of, yeah. Yeah, like the bigger your factory, obviously the more power all your machines are gonna consume. But whenever I do like my best recipe videos, it's always I look so dark on my webcam, by the way. It's always starting to see how much power is actually being consumed for things like blenders. It's a lot. It is a lot of power. It really is. Compare it to like a smelter, for example, where it's only 4 megawatts. Because some projects have like 20 smelters in, for example, then it consumes less power than like 2 or 3 blenders. It's like, wow, damn. And then of course, when you do bigger projects that have 50 blenders, it makes you realize that you are consuming a lot of power. Oh, it clips to the ceiling. That is annoying. Oh, yeah, wow, okay. Plan B, which is always important to have a plan B. What if I was to do this? I don't think this will actually work. But you know what? Bit for fun, right? If this does work, I'll be very, very, very surprised. It actually does? Okay, you know what? Yeah, sure. Yeah, they are annoyingly tall, aren't they? Even this looks fine, but is that stick radar thingy gonna point out the top? It does. You know what? Out of sight, out of mind. We'll do this. We'll line you up so that you're in the middle. You shouldn't be visible from up here. And, okay, good. Then do that. I'll then get rid of this. I'll drag you along to there. One further back. The fact I'm even doing this just is proof of how annoyed I am that I can't just place us up there. Because, like, I don't like building things underwater. Because it's underwater. In this case, I think it's okay. Welcome, T-Man. Hope that you're doing good. Phase 4 is actually pretty good. I'm enjoying it so far. We haven't really explored it too much just yet. We're dealing with all of our... That's not lining up properly, is it? Heck. Because we're dealing with all of our power problems at the minute. After I get my rocket fuel factory sorted, I'm sure it's then going to start to be pretty nice. If I just do this. I don't normally build things like this. I think this looks a bit weird, but it's okay. I'll get over it. Well, I learn to forgive myself for it, but I think it'll be alright. You'll then go. You'll then be overflow, which we're not going to have, I think, ever, but in case we do, there we go. Then for you lot, I think what I want to try and do here is this. Yeah. You lot. That. And the final thing is this. Oh, dearie me, dearie me. If I'm not banned from the Satisfactory Discord by the end of this stream, I'll be very surprised with a build like this. This is like worse than treason. Hello, there we go. Actually, before I do that, can I do... Where is it? Can I have your face just here? And have your face there. Brilliant. It's lucky the Satisfactory music's nice and relaxing. That does help. Oh, you actually go a bit into that thing, don't you? In that case... Oh... Sure. Do that. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. This is like... Oh, dearie me. It's not how I wanted to end today's stream. Everything we built today has looked alright. It's been neat, it's been tidy. Then I build this. And it's like, what am I doing to myself? It is a very nice soundtrack. Yeah, it's very chill. Yeah. It's not quite Doom Eternal. But it's still pretty good. Doom soundtracks are just... Oh, man. They get you into the game. That's for sure. Then I think what I'm going to do up here, as the cherry on the cake, to make sure that our made-up civilians don't fall into here. Do not want any civvy deaths. Not today, at least. Do that. Then can I then put glass underneath her? You won't even be able to see it, I don't think, but I still want to try. There we go. That looks quite nice, actually. I'm actually quite annoyed by the fact I actually quite like that. So... yeah. I think that's okay. Yep. Yeah, again, you can barely even see it. But it is there. Yep. Definitely is there. It does reflect the... Nice. It does reflect the wall there a little bit. Which is what we need. Right, you... Just... please, please. Depression, thank you. No. Yep. There we go. Get rid of these now. Okay, so far so good. I think we got our one final wall left to place. Which is going to come across from here. Keeps you playing? Yeah. Oh, the swamp. Oh, the swamp. To be fair though, the swamp's the swamp. Like, it's very difficult to stay entertained when you're in that biome. Unless you enjoy, like, pain. Then you'll love the swamp. Okay, I think this area is now done. Everywhere should be covered in glass. It is. Why are you... Okay, I know why it does that. Why are you there, then? Okay. I think that's okay. And the final thing that I'll do for today's stream is this. Make it look nice and... nice and pretty. There we go. Oh, I've got the bug. There we go, good. I mean, you know what, right? Considering the cards you were dealt, I think this ends up looking okay. Because it does exactly what I need it to do. I need the awesome sink to be here. Because otherwise, if it's not there, everything's going to break. If all of our petroleum coke backs up along there, it then means that I then can't produce any rubber, because my heavy oil residue will then be backed up. If I can't produce rubber, I then can't produce plastic. If I then can't produce plastic, the entire rest of this factory won't be able to function. So without this awesome sink, this factory would essentially not be able to work. So it is important. It might not look great, but it serves a very important function. So fingers crossed that's going to look okay. I'm going to try and do today's outro. You can barely even see me. You can barely even see me. Luckily, I'm as white as a piece of paper though, so you can just about see my face. What if I was to, like, shine a torch in my face? Would that help? That's the wrong button. There we go. So I'm doing some sort of, like, horror show now or something. Hogwarts Express. Finished building that. I think I've mentioned that 7 times now, but there you go. Regardless, thank you very much, guys, for tuning in today. Because I'm doing like some sort of vlog right now. Thank you for tuning in. Have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you to we had quite a lot of likes today, didn't we? 16 likes on today's stream. Damn. Thank you very much, everyone. That's a fantastic amount of likes. That's very, very kind. Tomorrow there should be I'm being blinded, by the way. Tomorrow there should be a video coming out on the channel about status. But then we'll be live again on... Ooh. Yeah. We'll be live again on Friday to continue building this factory and doing some other things as well. But regardless, today we did a lot. We sorted out our power. We've started our plastic and rubber as well. So, success, I would say. Great success. So, thank you for watching. Have an amazing rest of your day. And remember, Godspeed.